And for those of you who don't have to work, enjoy the day off. For those of you who don't have to work on Friday, good call by you. Figured it out. This is our last show this week. Rick is headed out on a golf trip, and I got a wedding on Friday. So it's all part of a big weekend. 3-day work weeks are sensational.
Oh, yeah.
Even when I came
there
to
aren't
work
enough
on
of those.
Right. When I came to work on Monday, it was like, usually Monday, it's like, man, that's going to be, and especially this time of year,
yeah.
man, it's going to be tough. It's
Get
like,
me to Friday, baby.
Yeah, no, screw that. Steve, you going to enjoy the 4-day weekend?
Absolutely.
All right. Good for you. The text line is open, 315-7833, 315-7833. We got a text from Pat on the show. He said, happy pre-4th of July, guys. Buy or sell, 4th barbecue edition. Rick, do you want to read what the first line is today on my buy or sell that I did this morning?
4th of July barbecue edition.
There you go.
And he's got similar type questions on
we
there.
think
That's pretty
alike,
funny.
Pat. We think alike. Pat has some different questions than I do, so we'll talk about that's the buy or sell coming up a little bit later today. Ryan Divish is going to join us at 5 o'clock. He begged on our show last week. We decided to let him come on. We're going to talk Big Sky Conference football with the beat writer of the Mariners.
Well, and I think he wanted to gloat about not losing Travis DeCure in basketball too.
Yeah. We'll do that, but we'll also talk some Mariner baseball with you. All right. That's what's coming up on today's show, plus our normal craziness. We'll also tell you how you can play in the Patchin and Lukens golf tournament, and we'll do all that, give you the word of the day. I will tell you, the word of the day will be given out on July 4th and July 5th.
Got to have the app, right?
You have to have the app, and you have to accept our push notifications. So if you've downloaded our new app, relatively new app, if you downloaded the app, but you have said no to push notifications, you're gonna have to
Kiss
go back.
100,000 bonus points goodbye.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go it. You're gonna have to go back in and accept our push notifications.
I didn't get my notification today that the show was starting.
Did we send one out today, Steve? I thought we did.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that on the air, but okay.
Okay, it's all right. Okay. The word of the day will be given out via the push notifications on the app. So if you don't have the app, you're not going to get it. As Steve said, 10,000 bonus points out the window. If you do have the app, but if you have disabled our push notifications, you're not going to get the word of the day. And I will tell you that on days we do not have shows, for whatever reason, holidays, whatever, that's how we're going to give out the word of the day. Just to let you know that. And if you say, well, you know what? Screw those guys. I'm not going to download their app. I'm not going to accept their push notifications. That's fine. It's your deal. It's your deal. That's how we're going to give you those on days we're not here. Seattle Mariners put out an updated list of prospects that they have signed. The Mariners have added a couple of high draft picks have agreed to contracts. Isaiah Campbell, the pitcher, who was taken in the competitive balance round, that's between rounds 2 and 3, has signed.
Oh yeah, he's the heavily built. I mean, he's the stocky guy, right?
He's out of the University of Arkansas.
That throws the gas. Yeah.
6'4", 225. He looks like a linebacker.
That's a big kid right there. Yeah.
Yeah. He is signed. Third round selection Levi Stout, a right-hander, has signed. 7th round pick Adam Macco has signed. 9th round selection shortstop Mike Salvatore has signed. The only top 10 pick that the Mariners have not signed is a young man, a high school right-handed pitcher out of Horseheads, New York. I have no idea where that is.
It must be where Vito Corleone is from. Horsehead. Horsehead, New
Horse,
York?
and he went to Horseheads High School in New York, and his name is Michael Lemoncelli.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Lemoncelli.
Yeah. He is he's the only top. In fact, he's the only guy in the first 14 rounds that hasn't signed. Mariners have signed all but 3 players in the top 30 rounds. The only guys they have not signed, Anthony Tomczak, a right-handed pitcher they took in the 15th round, and Dutch Landis, a right-handed pitcher they took in the 17th round. All 3 of the unsigned players are high school guys.
Okay.
So that's the update with the Mariners on that. There's a whole bunch of Seattle Mariner news today, including Mitch Haniger basically sent back to the doctor and basically told to just chill out because he was pushing his rehab to get back too fast, and he wasn't feeling well, and they had to shut him down for a few days when he was on the road trip.
You know, he considering that injury, he gets to decide.
Well, he came in and said he's not feeling well. And the doctor said, "Okay, you're going at it too fast."
Oh, okay.
He's coming back from that ruptured testicle injury, and so there you go. Also, Felix Hernandez has been playing catch at 100 feet. Hunter Strickland, the pitcher, has been playing catch at 200 feet and may be getting ready for a rehab assignment. Ryan Healy is down and has been sent to Arizona, and he is not doing any baseball activities because of his back. There's a couple of other pitchers, and basically most of those guys aren't doing a whole lot of anything. So there doesn't appear to be anybody close to returning. There's a kid who ruptured his spleen.
Oh,
Bishop?
Yeah.
Braden Bishop.
He has a doctor's appointment on July 10th and will not be doing any physical activity until he's been seen by the doctors.
Yeah.
So don't expect Mitch Haniger back. I'm guessing not when the team returns from the All-Star break a week from today, possibly. Or a week from Friday, I should say. I wouldn't expect Braden Bishop to be back. I wouldn't expect any additional guys to be back with his team, Rick, probably until after the 1st of August.
That's no big deal. It's really not. I mean, it'd be nice to get Healy back. Get Healy back and get him in the lineup and have him play well so that come the off season, they could deal.
Yeah,
they could deal him.
I don't think he's back. You could see Strickland. It would be nice for Hunter Strickland to come back and throw 2 or 3 games because I think the Mariners would actually like to a chance to trade him.
Sure.
And we could see Felix back. I mean, we still got we got almost 4 weeks before the end of the month. So I mean, there's time for some of these guys to come back.
Nice to see Felix back at some point, just so he can hopefully close out his Mariner career on an uptick.
Jerry, we're going to file him in the greedy department. He said, "How about a word of the day on the weekends?"
Sure, okay.
No, that's not the point.
But you never know what's going to happen with those notifications.
No, you don't.
Steve just took a shot at me, so yeah. So that
Market Down Championship. Well, this is
Steve wins.
This is the final day of the time of Rick on this show.
On the air, okay? Yeah, nothing special. I mean, obviously, there's this huge golf weekend coming up, which is going to be one of the great closes to the time of Rick.
My son is not very happy with you.
I know. I feel awful about that. That's the one thing I feel awful about.
I told him because I can't say the word you said.
But when I realized that the two were on the same time,
exactly. Yeah, you can't say that word on the air.
Yeah, I feel awful about that. Known him since he was before he could walk, and
since he was a baby.
Yeah.
He got here when he was 3 months old when we came to work here.
Yeah. So one time Dennis dropped the boys off. I think this was before his daughter was born. Pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
He dropped the boys off at the house. They were going somewhere, and so we were watching the boys, and he was doing something mean to his brother, and he got put in like timeout. And he
by
said,
you?
Well, actually by Teresa.
Okay, by you. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I would have done it, but she beat me to it. And he said something like, am I going to be in trouble when my dad gets back? It was something to that effect. And at the time, I said, no, but here's your punishment. When you get married, I'm going to go play golf.
I hadn't heard that part of the story. That's good. That's good. Rick actually wanted me to drop the kids off at the house to try and prevent him from having children for further on down the line. So, all right. That's all coming up today on the show. So we got a lot to talk about here today. We know who the United States is going to play in the World Cup final. The Netherlands won in extra time today. 1 goal decided it. 120 minutes of soccer.
Go Orange, baby. If I had another team besides the USA, it'd be the Netherlands. Now, they're a second place, but they're such a distant second place that you can't even see the orange, you know. They're way down the road. But I am part Dutch, and so
Oh, I didn't know that.
that's where the Lukens part comes in.
I have a story about Netherlands soccer that gave me an interesting perspective on it. I'll tell that story when we come back. Patchin and Lukens here. Oh, and Josh with a text saying, "Hey, Rick, we just got the update. The show is on." There you go. So, all right.
All right.
Pat,
so, yeah, okay.
Should we read the push notification?
I should know better than to open my mouth. I had no idea that that's how that worked. I thought it was just something that came up automatically that when the show began, that this push notification came up. But apparently Steve actually has to hit a button or something.
I think he can explain it to you more in the break.
Because
there's a technical thing involved.
I really don't need to know. All I know is that I opened my mouth and I got slammed for it, and I probably deserved it. Okay, that's what I know.
All right,
and it is the time of Rick, Steve. So come on.
I thought about throwing that in there, but
are you limited on characters or just good taste?
No.
All right, you don't want to send a push notification that takes 4 days to read. So.
Yeah, that's part of it.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
You thought the beef and cheddar couldn't get any more delicious. And then Arby's added bacon to it. And you thought, oh, okay, but it can't get any better than that. And then Arby's made them 2 for $6. And then you thought, okay, but no, it can't get any better than that. And you were right. The bacon, beef, and cheddar, 2 for $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
700 ESPN.
Life without VIP.
So bored. Hello? No, I don't want a free insurance quote.
Life with VIP.
Tickets!
You choose the 700 ESPN Field Pass, your VIP access to all things cool and free. Powered by Toyota. Let's go places. Get yours today at 700ESPN.com.
To build a typical golf course, you would need about 140 acres. But to build Circling Raven, you would need 620 acres of woodlands, grasslands, and wildlands. You'd need legendary course designer Gene Bates to design it. And then you'd need national press to rank your course among the best in the country. Fortunately, we've done all of that for you. And all you really need is a tee time to play the incomparable Circling Raven Golf Club. Go to cdacasino.com/golf.
The Northwest Pet Expo is coming to North Idaho. The North Idaho Pet Expo is Saturday, September 28th at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds. Join Idaho's animal-loving sponsors like Prairie Animal Hospital, Bobby Combs RV Centers, and Emergency Pet Care as they come together to celebrate all pets. See the Idaho Disaster Dogs in the Parker Subaru Arena and a doggy fashion show on the Good Dog main stage. Stay for lunch and enjoy a Henry's Hard Sparkling Water in the Happy Howler Lounge. For more information, visit northwestpetexpo.com.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke.
145 over 92, and then I had a heart attack.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a heart attack or stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
There are a ton of social networking websites, but one stands apart for a very special reason. This one saves lives. It's MatchingDonors.com. MatchingDonors.com links organ donors with people in need of kidney and other transplants. In the U.S., 19 people die each day waiting for an organ transplant, most of them for kidneys. If you've ever considered becoming a living organ donor, or if you have someone in need of an organ transplant, visit MatchingDonors.com. Home of the greatest gift of all, the gift of life. MatchingDonors.com.
Hi, I'm Dan Can, your Spokane Geico agent. Did you know that July is National Hot Dog Month? Whether you like mustard, ketchup, or relish on top, grab a dog and get a free car insurance quote to see how much you could save. Your Geico local office on Division could save you 15% or more.
The Mariners win with a little drama late. I'm Dennis Patchin with Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Tim Beckham's pinch hit homer in the 8th was the difference. The Mariners 5-4 winners over St. Louis last night. It was Beckham's 13th home run of the season, and the win snaps a 4-game Mariner losing streak. The Mariners had a pair of home runs last night, now have broken the club record for homers as a team before the All-Star break with 152, the old record 151 by the 99 Mariners. Domingo Santana also added an RBI, now has 63, just one of 4 Mariners to have that many before the break since 2006. Mariners, the Cardinals tonight. First pitch is at 7:10. Spokane Indians beaten again last night, 9-3 to Salem Kaiser. The Indians have now lost 4 in a row and 7 of the last 8. Same two teams play tonight. The Volcanoes look for the sweep at Vista Stadium at 6:30. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Rick Lukens.
I don't like meat on meat.
Are you just stupid?
And I'm probably wrong.
Now,
okay, science says I'm wrong. It's ridiculous. You know, that's weird. Be a caveat on that.
Always lingerie.
Sometimes it's hard to sell the women in my house on all that meat.
Where's the beef stick?
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not on this.
The best meat was Keith's. Giddy up, boys.
I like sausage.
The beef stick's here. The beef stick's here. Yeah, I said duty.
You have to pretend, bro.
Get
the music sweating. There's vomit on his shirt. Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Tweeting daily, sometimes more than once. Patchin and Lukens on Twitter at 700ESPN.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Thanks for being with us today. With you till 6 o'clock today. It is the final day of the Time of Rick. That was, Steve, was that the original Time of Rick Open that we did?
It's one of the first ones.
One of the first ones?
Yeah.
I've got that as the Time of Rick 2014 version 2. So I'm not sure
if that was the second version or if that was the completed version because you weren't happy with the first version.
Yeah, and I tend to
he
do
ran
that. I
both
make
versions.
one, it's like, I don't like that one that much. I got to fix something. So then I get version 2.
And just so you know, Rick was celebrating the Time of Rick well before he brought it to all of our attention on the show.
It was a thing. It was a thing before that, yes.
It's like when you're in high school, wasn't it?
No. I was, a young man in my 30s.
Oh,
when Father's Day got rolled in, did that?
Well, Hoop Fest, I think, right?
Well, and yeah, certainly that, and
Because America was born a long time ago, and you were born a long time ago.
No.
So those two things.
It was
were
basically-
gonna
It's just
exist
awful,
to grow
Steve.
along.
Steve,
I'm
we're
such a
20
jerk.
minutes into the show and you've already attacked him
That's
twice.
That's two.
Once on the air, once on a push notification.
During the Time of Rick. I mean, no, it was my birthday and Father's Day and
Hoop Fest.
and Hoop Fest,
4th of July.
And certainly, just awesome stuff. And back then, I was playing a lot of soccer and softball. I had the one weekend way back then when I was playing in Hoop Fest, one of the first years of Hoop Fest, and I made every game of that. I was in the county softball championship tournament. Made every game of that, and I was playing in what I don't even know if it exists anymore, Lilac Cup Soccer. And I
don't think it does.
I had we were in an over 30 team in Lilac Cup Soccer, and I was in my later 30s, and I can remember Sunday morning because this went on Friday, Saturday. It's actually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you include the softball. And I did not miss a game of any of it. And Sunday morning, walking down the stairs of our old house, I needed to use the handrail. If the handrail had not been there, I would not have made it down the stairs without falling.
Oh.
And I was like 37. Yeah. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. That was a little too much.
We were on a cruise. What was it? When's the men's World Cup?
It varies. Remember?
14? Was it 14? Is it 18? Is it 22? We were on a cruise in 2014.
16 of 12, 16.
Was it 16?
Yeah, 16 was the last World Cup that we weren't in. Or was it yeah, I can't remember.
No, we're not in the one coming up, right? Or it's this year. It's 20. Anyway, during the World Cup, we were on a cruise, and we were on a cruise on a ship that was most of the officers on the ship were from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And so wherever we were, I can't remember where it was, the game was being televised like at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have a show they had a show. They only had one show that night because they put the soccer match up on the big screen. And it was like I walked in, I went, who's driving the ship?
And you were on, like, what? Amsterdam Cruise Lines?
No, you're on Holland America.
Holland America,
yeah. It was crazy. So we sat and watched for most of the game with these people who are captains of the ship,
sure,
running the boat, and they've all got their orange shirts on. They all painted their faces up. It was crazy. I felt like I was at a match.
Well, that's a fun way to watch it, though.
It is.
I'll tell you what.
It is a fun way to watch it. It's different. It's different than sitting in your hotel room or sitting at home watching it.
Right.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And the Dutch are pretty crazy about their soccer.
Well, they're good fans too, and they know what they know what they're talking about.
Although there are many who say that the Dutch play the most boring brand of soccer. And I know what people are saying right now. Just save the stupid jokes, okay? Because the Dutch they don't, they're defense oriented. They don't go for it like ever.
Well, you got to win how you can win.
Yeah.
And they've been really successful for a long time. Really successful for a long time.
50-50 balls. No, let them have it. We'll win later.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We had a good time. It was fun. It was a different perspective. All right. Mariners win last night. Tim Beckham, who has been the forgotten Seattle Mariner.
Flip it like Beckham.
He was hitting under 200 for the last 2 months of the season.
Mm-hmm.
The months of May, where nobody got hits for the Mariners, but it extended for him in June. And he basically hasn't been playing. The only time he's been playing is either A, to give somebody a day off, B, when they actually ran out of guys. He played the DH for some games. He got a big hit last night, a home run in the bottom of the eighth inning.
Pinch hit home run.
Yeah, to win a game, something the Mariners have not had a lot of success over the last couple of months, winning games in their last at-bat or last couple of at-bats. But to me, he wasn't even the star of the game. Adams, the relief pitcher, an inning and a third, 4 batters faced, 4 strikeouts.
Yeah. That was pretty great.
He's one of those guys that we talked about. Austin Adams is one of those guys we talked about, that the Mariners are trying to find guys moving forward that will fill roles that are up for grabs right now.
Yeah.
And I think he's a guy that, of all these guys that they keep bringing through and letting them pitch a half a dozen games, 8-9 games, and then send them back down to the minors or DFAing them, he's the one guy that Jerry DiPoto can put his name in the column and go, okay, we found one guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because we were thinking, man, early on we were thinking maybe this Brennan guy was one of those guys, and then he fell on hard times, but then he kind of recovered. So I think we're still not sure of him. I've been waiting for Austin Adams to fall off the table like some of the other guys have, and he really hasn't done it. So okay, I feel comfortable about that.
He's been good. And that's something that the Mariners have not had a lot of success in, that bullpen roles of guys that they're trying to find, young guys with longer, more club control than not.
Yeah.
And I think they have found one of those guys.
Yeah, and somebody you can depend on. You can put in there and not worry about it so much when you put him in.
Mariners tonight will send Mike Leake to the hill. Every time he makes a start, Rick, I wonder if this is the last time we see him in a Mariner uniform.
Getting close now.
It's really the same cast of characters. Dylan Moore is going to be in left field tonight. And Omar Narvaez is going to be the DH because Tom Murphy's going to catch. But other than that, it's pretty much the same group of guys.
At first.
Yep. D. Gordon's hitting ninth at second base. Seager's in the sixth hole at third. I mean, it is what it is. You know what? The Mariners, we have a tendency to look at the record and just say they're not playing very good. Okay? Well, the Mariners played they played sensational early. Then there was a pretty good stretch where they were awful.
Yeah, as bad as they were good during the 13-2 stretch.
And it lasted a lot longer than the good stretch. But they were flat awful, especially in the month of May. Was a horrific month. They're starting to play a little bit better, and I don't know if that's this team is relaxed. Well, a couple things. There's no pressure on this team because they're out of it. They're not going to the playoffs. There's no pressure. The other thing is there's not a whole bunch of guys looking over their shoulder saying, well, if I don't get 3 hits today or 2 hits today, I'm not going to be in the lineup today, because when you trade Edwin Encarnacion and Jay Bruce, and those guys were going to be in the lineup almost every day because they're trying to get something and trade them. Scott Service is looking around going, well, I got to get my best guys in the lineup, and if this guy's gone 2 days in a row without a hit, I'm going to give him a day off. I'm going to give somebody else a chance.
Yeah.
Because of injuries and trades, the Mariners don't have that anymore. They don't have a surplus of guys anymore. I mean, Dylan Moore is playing left field. If it was not for injuries, Dylan Moore would not appear in the outfield unless it's an emergency situation. Tim Beckham, they can't trust in playing in the infield. He's flat out awful defensively.
Well, I mean, plus you're not going to start him instead of Crawford.
No,
you're not going to put him in a place of Seager, because you're paying Seager so much money. He's got to be out there. And who's at second base? Oh, D. Gordon. And you want to play D. Gordon because you want to trade him. There's no, even if Tim Beckham was a better infielder, you still haven't got a place to put him.
No. But he's basically been used as a pinch hitter or a DH at times.
Yeah.
That's his role on this team. Now, if the Mariners make a trade and we're somehow to get rid of Kyle Seager, then I think you'd see Tim Beckham at least some of the time back at third base.
Yeah, and if can he play the right side of the infield?
He can play second base, but if they trade D. Gordon, Shed Long's
coming up. Yeah, but Shed could also play third.
To me, if you're going to bring a guy up who's part of your
play
future,
him with his infield partner.
Play him where he's going to play in 5 years.
And you put him right next to Crawford, where you hope that he'll be for several years.
They put Shed Long in left field because A, they were trying to get him at bats, and B, they didn't have anybody else to put him out there. Bronco Joe says, isn't this a homecoming game for Mike Leake? No.
Well, they're
in Seattle.
T-Mobile Park.
Plus, Leake pitched for the Reds.
He was a Cincinnati pitcher.
Yeah.
He might have pitched. Marco Gonzalez came from the Cardinals. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah. No, it's not a homecoming game. It is not a homecoming game. All right, we're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light studio. Some interesting news from the U19 basketball championships. There's some Zags doing some stuff. We'll talk about it next. 700 ESPN 105.3 FM.
Residential Home Solutions Summer 3 Ways to Save has begun. Invest in our new windows and receive rebates and cash back. Need new siding? Save 20% off our regular price on installed James Hardie Color Plus and eliminate painting your home. Right now, you can also receive special pricing with 50% off our installation on a new Provia entry door system made by Amish craftsmen. Call 892-6460 or go to residentialhs.com today to set up a free estimate. Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements. Custom fit for life.
Get your home set for summer during Macy's July 4th sale. Save big with our lowest prices of the season on furniture for every room. Plus your deck and yard, because it's all about entertaining outdoors. Check out special financing plans on $499 furniture purchases on your Macy's card. And get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases just in time for weekend guests. Find great home savings at Macy's, the furniture destination. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 7th in select stores. While supplies last. See store for details.
Brock and Salk, weekday morning 7 to 10.
As I'm looking at the high pressure front, it's going to be building about Wednesday or so. You're going to have a nice 4th of July here in town. Going to be a nice 4-day weekend.
We need some weather music? Weatherman.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I
meteorologist.
I'm big into the barometric pressure.
That dew point's going to be rising at that time.
Always wanted Steve Poole's job, but I couldn't quite get it.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings on 700 ESPN 105.3 FM.
In 1776, our forefathers made a bold prediction. England was never going to make a decent truck. So they rebelled. And now, every 4th of July, we celebrate with our own 4th of July. Get an F-150 XLT truck with savings over $10,000. Or if you need a smaller SUV, consider the Escape with savings over $5,800. It's our 4th of July sale with savings up to 20% off MSRP. Going on now at Gus Johnson Ford.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time.
My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them.
It was Lyme disease from a tick bite.
I had West Nile virus from a mosquito.
He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Hey, Zero Res Carpet Cleaning can do such a great job in your home, and I know this because they do a great job every time they come into the Lukens home. The first time they ever visited us in the Lukens home, they kind of took us through the process on how their powered water cleaning works in your carpeting. And the particular note was a place where my daughter had spilled a red sports drink, and we just put a chair over it because every time we cleaned that, it would look clean, and then the stain would come back. This pink spot on our white carpet would keep coming back for like a couple of years. Zero Res came in. Boom, they cleaned it out. And you know how they did it? They used their powered water, which gets in there and pulls out the residues from the soap that we were using to try and clean that spot ourselves. It's that soapy residue that kind of locks in that stain and brings other dirt back to that exact area and keeps it from going away. So Zero Res, they won us over with just that spot, okay? But the entire home looked fantastic the first time, and that's the way it is every time we use Zero Res. And it's not just the results, it's just the whole process with the people who show up are so positive, so friendly. They take care of our home. If you haven't had Zero Res clean your carpeting, you give it a try and compare it to the others who you invited into your home. Zero Res will win pretty much on every box you need to check. Give him a call. Tell him Rick Lukens told you to call. Your price is $44 a room, pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized. And it is National Carpet Cleaning Month, by the way. So wish them a happy time of zero res. $44 a room. Just tell him Rick Lukens told you to call. Minimums apply. Call 92-CLEAN. Call 92-CLEAN or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
You can email the show. Tell Patchin and Lukens what you think. The email address is areyoukiddingme@700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. U19 World Championships are going on for the sport of basketball. Some Gonzaga players are standing out. Joel Ayaye had 33 points in a loss to Serbia.
That was 2 games ago.
Yeah. Where Filip Petrusev had a double-double in that game.
Playing on the opposite side of his teammate. Yeah.
Julian Strother, who is a commit to Gonzaga, has had back-to-back games where he had 35, and before that 22, and he's playing for Puerto Rico in this tournament. Petrusev's numbers were 18 and 13 in that win over France, and Ayaye had 33. So the Zags have 2 guys in that tournament that are currently playing for Gonzaga.
I mean, we're on the team last season.
Yes,
yeah.
They've got another guy in Strother who is committed, and then they've got a guy who has them high, and they're in a battle in Jalen Suggs, who is, I think, leaning to Gonzaga, but he's also a highly recruited football player.
Yeah.
And it may be a decision that he doesn't necessarily go somewhere else to play basketball and say no to Gonzaga. He might go somewhere else and play football. I think
the next Brock Osweiler, huh?
Yeah, I think he's a basketball. I think Brock Osweiler was a basketball player playing football, and all of a sudden he got an offer from Arizona State, and it was like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah,
I think Jalen Suggs is a basketball player who plays football, and I think some schools are trying to entice him into, hey, come here, you can do both.
No, I mean, don't forget Dimitri Goodson, too, was another
yes.
Gonzaga. I mean, he was a decent basketball player.
Yeah,
but he ended up in the NFL.
You can't do both.
Yeah.
Okay? Michigan is one of the schools that's talking to him. Now, it was Jim Harbaugh, but now Jalen Howard is the new coach there. And I'm going to tell you right now,
Juwan
Howard.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to be able to play football and basketball at Michigan.
No, they're not going to let you do it.
So pick what sport you want to pick, and then go to the place that's best for you.
The one guy who's I'm just like amazed is the 16-year-old Omar Ballo.
Well, he missed the first couple of games in the tournament.
Yeah. But, okay, he's 16. He's playing for Mali, which, I'm sorry, is probably not considered a power in basketball.
Top 10 U19 basketball team?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
No, you're saying
Mali is not a basketball country, although they clearly have athletes. They lost to Australia by 3 points is all. Okay? Can we safely say Australia's pretty good at basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Omar Ballo had 20 points, 7 rebounds, 3 block shots, 3 assists against Australia.
He's also signed with Gonzaga. He's turned 7. He just recently turned 17.
Did he just turn 17? Okay.
I thought he did. Or he's going to be 17
by the time he gets here.
By the time he gets to yeah.
Okay, but this is the guy. He's like 6'11", and he's got a 7+ wingspan on him.
Yeah.
Wow, that one is impressive to me.
There's 24sports.com did an interview with Suggs, and they basically, where are you going, who's recruiting you, how are you playing for the U.S. There's an interesting question that they asked him, and I found this fascinating because Julian Strother, and we talked about him playing for Puerto Rico, but there's another guy that's committed to Gonzaga. His name is Dom Harris. And these two guys are committed to sign this fall in November when the early signing period opens. They would be class of 2020 and would be on campus for the 2021 season. When Harris and Strother both committed to Gonzaga, they started recruiting Suggs.
Yes.
Okay, and put the full court press. Now,
and they all kind of know each other from playing in the same circles as top high school players in this country.
Here's the question. And he's mentioned Gonzaga, Marquette, Minnesota, Iowa State, Iowa. He mentioned Michigan. The question was asked, have you thought about setting up any more visits? Here's his response. I talked to Dom Harris, and Julian Strother. I think we're all going to go on the same trip. We're planning to go to the North Carolina game. I think we're planning on going the same weekend. We want to go to the North Carolina game. I'm not sure if that works for everybody, though. We're definitely going to get down there soon. He's talking about Gonzaga.
Yeah.
They didn't ask him about Gonzaga. They asked about, are you going on any more visits as a prospective recruit?
Yeah.
He's already saying we're going to see North Carolina against Gonzaga. He's already made his trip here.
Strother and Suggs were here together this past season for a visit.
Yes.
They sat together.
And committed at the same time.
Well, not Suggs yet.
Excuse me. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Strother committed not long after that. Yeah.
They didn't ask him about Gonzaga when he was going to go visit. They asked him about any other visits.
Yeah.
Now, this is a young man who grew up in Minnesota. Okay, if the Big Ten comes calling, he may feel that pull to go to a Big Ten school. If Michigan comes in, but I'm going to tell you right now, Rick, in reading this article and reading other things that I've heard about this young man, Gonzaga's number one on the list right now.
Has to be. Yeah.
And I will tell you that the North Carolina game is after the signing period. And Suggs says he wants to make his decision by early August.
Yeah. One more time, I'm going to hammer on this Omar Ballo because he's just intriguing me, the 16-year-old from Mali. He went up against New Zealand in this U19 international tournament. 15 points, 17 rebounds, 5 blocks. I mean, that's heady competition he's up against. In this, New Zealand is, okay, that's...
To me, the France-Serbia game carries a whole lot more weight than Maui against New Zealand.
Once again, though, 16-year-old kid, and we're talking about who's gonna play inside for Gonzaga next year, and certainly Petrusev is a huge answer on that one, and we look at Anton Watson and wonder because he is going to play.
Well, don't forget Killian Tilly's back.
And Killian Tilly, and don't you have to play Ballo when he comes in?
Yeah,
you have to play him.
Do you know why?
Because he may not hang.
He's going to be Zach Norvell.
He's Rui Hashimura is who he is.
No. He's not going to be there for 4 years, even if you play him in the first year. So there's no reason to redshirt him because you basically lost him for a year.
This is a really intriguing team coming in this year. Everybody's saying, well, wait till the following year when you get, Harris and Strother and hopefully Suggs. Okay, fine. This team coming in, I am so intrigued by this group. I'm still intrigued by the kid from Kittitas, Brock Rivet, and what he can do. The problem, once again, is what Mark Few has got, even after losing all the talent that departed the team following this season. What he's going to have is a whole bunch of talent and not enough places to play these guys.
He's also going to have a whole bunch of babies.
Yes, he is.
Okay,
yes,
and
he is.
I'm going to tell you right now, that freaks him out. He starts looking around. He's got 2 guys that have been through the system. 3 guys now with Petrusev.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, watch those guys. Because they're going to have to go back to teaching, and they do it really well, but they're going to have to go back further down on where they pick things up than they normally do because they've got so many guys who haven't been part of the system. It's just I want to go to practice. I want to hang out in November. I want to hang out in October. And just see.
Just sit in the corner. Don't have to say a word.
No.
You know, we'll be quiet, Mark. Just
ask no questions. Make no statements. Don't do any interviews. I just want to see all this talent and who figures it out faster and how they use this talent.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, that's why getting Killian Tilly back is huge for Mark Few. There's a guy who can walk in the gym. He's been in the system for 3 years. He knows exactly what Mark Few wants. Okay.
Yep.
Now you've got Kispert in his 3rd year. You've got Petrusev in his 2nd year.
And you've got Ayayi, who's in his 3rd year there.
Well,
I mean, he's been there every day for 3 years.
He's been there. Hasn't done much, but he's been there.
Yeah.
But he's sure doing stuff at the...
He just scored 33 points against Serbia.
Yeah. And Serbia's a really good team when it comes to international basketball. All right, we'll read some of your texts. 315-7833, 315-7833 will give you the word of the day. It's worth 50,000 bonus points. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the KXLY4 First Alert Weather Center. Partly cloudy skies tonight with an overnight low of 53 degrees. 4th of July, nice day. Partly sunny, a high of 78. Chance of some isolated mountain showers and thunderstorms. Looks like we'll stay dry with temperatures in the lower 80s right on through the weekend.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at wendell.com.
Imagine being fired because of who you love. Imagine being denied medical treatment because of who you marry. Imagine being evicted because of who you are. Millions of Americans don't have to imagine this. They have to live it. Because in 30 states, it's legal to discriminate against LGBT people. Get the facts at beyondido.org. Brought to you by the Gill Foundation and the Ad Council.
It's Truck Month at Wendell Nissan. The 2019 Nissan Frontier is the highest-ranked midsize pickup in initial quality for 3 years running, according to J.D. Power. Yet, has the lowest starting MSRP in its class. Best-in-class towing, according to Wards. Plus, right now, get up to $2,000 factory bonus cash. We have a huge selection of Nissan Frontiers during Truck Month at Wendell Nissan, at the Y or online at wendell.com.
Lowest starting MSRP based on Ward's small and large pickups compared. 2019 Frontier versus latest in-market competitors based on lowest MSRP models. Best-in-class standard towing based on Ward's small pickup segmentation. 2019 Frontier King Cab S. Comparison based on manufacturer websites. Factory customer, red tag, and bonus cash may require NMAC prior approval. See dealer for details. Must take delivery from dealer stock by 7/8/19. A negotiable $150 documentation fee may be added to the sale.
We have a huge selection of Nissan Frontiers during Truck Month at Wendell Nissan, at the Y or online at wendell.com.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. Right now, get your first month supply for free. All you pay is just $5 for your medical consultation when you go to 4hims.com/book. After that, it's just $30 for a month's supply. Sure beats paying big bucks for just one blue pill, doesn't it? Plus, you won't need an awkward in-person doctor's appointment to get the prescription. Hims has doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. It's affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/book. That's 4hims.com/book for your first month for just $5. 4hims.com/book.
Got a clog? Call the dog. Bulldog Rooter, the first call to make in any plumbing emergency. No matter what time of day or night, there's no charge for overtime anytime. Tree roots clogging your sewer line? Call the dog. Broken or leaky pipes, faucets, toilets, or appliances? Call the dog. 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. Any kind of plumbing emergency. Call the dog. Bulldog Rooter. 535-3447. That's 535-3447. Or online, bulldogrooter.com.
This time it was the Mariners who got the big hit late. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Tim Beckham hit a pinch hit over in the bottom of the 8th. The Mariners snap a 4-game losing streak with a 5-4 win over St. Louis. Beckham, who was hitting less than 200 for the last 2 months, got his 13th home run of the season. That home run sets a Mariner team record for most home runs before the All-Star break with 152. The 99 Mariner team held that old mark set 20 years ago. Austin Adams got 4 outs in relief to get the win. He struck out all 4 batters he saw. Mariners the Cardinals again tonight, first pitch at 7:10. Spokane Indians gave up 8 runs in the first 3 innings, never recovered. 9-3 losers to Salem Kaiser. The Indians have now lost 7 of 8. Will wrap up the 3-game series with the Volcanoes tonight at 6:30. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
You can play buy or sell with Patchin and Lukens. Brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Buy or sell, brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. Got one at my house, get one at your house. We'll do that in the 4 o'clock hour. Apparently Facebook is back working today. Did you see that? It was down. Apparently one of the servers that they use in the Northwest was on the fritz, and people were losing their minds. They can't connect. They can't scroll through and look what all their friends are doing, what their friends are saying.
Well, and here's the other thing is, they don't know that it's because Facebook is down. And let's be honest, if I grunt because people look at my gray hair and think I can't figure things out online, but a lot of the people who use Facebook have hair that's as gray as mine. Okay.
Well, sure they do.
Yeah, and I mean I think that's kind of what Facebook has become. Everybody else, all the younger people have moved on to other platforms.
Oh, they're all on Instagram,
Facebook, Snapchat.
Yeah. Facebook is what used to be cool until my parents got on Facebook and sent me a friend request, and then I'm out.
They send you friend requests and start posting pictures of food, pictures of what they're eating. Prop that cake up. So I got to take a picture of that cake. Everybody has to see that cake. What a gorgeous cake.
I did put something up on Facebook a couple days ago. My wife bought a cotton candy machine. I told you that, didn't I?
I knew that, yes.
She bought a popcorn machine 2 days ago.
Well, that's going to come in handy during the festivities on the weekend.
I'm more concerned about the clowns and the carnies showing up here. When does the elephant come by the house? Are we doing a circus? Is there a big top 10 I need to know about? Back-to-back days, a cotton candy machine and not like an air popper, like a glass
the big cart with the painted doors.
No cart.
Oh, okay.
It's more like you go get your new tires and they've got the popcorn machine
that's
in the
what
waiting
I'm talking
room.
about.
It's like a legit thing.
Yes.
It's a heavy-duty thing.
Yes.
But you're not going to be serving 500 people popcorn, but more, a nice. You get some nice popcorn out of that.
20 people. Yeah.
You can start churning it out. I'm just telling you. Amazon dropped off a box today. Cotton candy stuff, 4 flavors.
Cotton candy stuff, isn't that just sugar?
Sugar, but it's flavored sugar or something.
Okay.
I don't know what
and
it
it's
is. It comes
confectioner sugar.
It comes in a milk carton. I don't know what it is.
Gonna be fun.
She went to Cash and Carry and bought 1,000
paper cones.
Yes, because that's all they have.
Yeah, you can't get 500.
No, they don't make them in stock.
You got to get 1,000.
You could get them online, but they wouldn't be here in time for the weekend.
Listen, we had that same dilemma today in our family with bratwurst.
Oh, did you?
I wanted 16 to 18 bratwurst, but we had to buy 28. Now, I'm good with that.
Why?
Because it comes in packs of 7. and they're double packs. So you got to buy 14 at a time.
So you didn't go to Johnsonville then?
No, it was Costco.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy the giant packs.
I'm just saying. I put my faith when it comes to bratwurst. I put my faith in the Kirkland brand. It's tasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from the philosophy, more is better.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want 28 brats, but extra brats is something I'm okay with. Okay. Extra cotton candy cones is I don't. That's not it.
Have you ever split open a brat? Not cooked it as a brat, taken the meat inside out, ground it so it's like ground up meat,
like
and then
loose sausage.
Yeah,
like
and then
loose
put it in
meat.
spaghetti.
Yeah. No, that sounds good though.
You should
just
try it.
Just slice the casing.
Slice
open
the casing.
Yeah.
Throw the casing away.
Okay.
Brown it.
I'm in.
Put it in spaghetti.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it'll change. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
All right. The word of the day today is Franks. Franks is the word of the day. As in hot dog, which was the last 2 days. Hot was Monday,
yeah.
Dog was, and
so we got Frank's.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were talking about the restaurant down on 2nd Avenue.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be that. Spelled the same.
Yeah.
Does the restaurant have an apostrophe S?
I believe it
think it would
does.
have
Yeah,
to.
don't put the apostrophe in.
It's at least implied.
This is flat up Franks, as in hot dogs. As in Frankfurters. Franks is the word of the day. It's worth 50,000 bonus points. You can go to 700ESPN.com. Type in the word of the day. And if you do, you get 50,000 bonus points. Some sad news today from football. We'll talk about that next. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio. 700 ESPN 105.3 FM.
Get your home set for summer during Macy's July 4th sale. Save big with our lowest prices of the season on furniture for every room. Plus your deck and yard, because it's all about entertaining outdoors. Check out special financing plans on $499 furniture purchases on your Macy's card. And get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases just in time for weekend guests. Find great home savings at Macy's, the furniture destination. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 7th in select stores while supplies last. See store for details.
Make it a safe summer with news for a happy life on Good Morning Northwest and 4 News Now. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dias. Get important safety reminders all month long.
From extreme heat and air quality to wildfire danger and boating rules, trail hazards, and campground precautions.
Make each summer adventure a safe one.
Search #HappyLife on KXLY.com and watch Good Morning Northwest and 4 News Now all this month.
In 1776, our forefathers made a bold prediction. England was never going to make a decent truck. So they rebelled. And now, every 4th of July, we celebrate with our own 4th of July. Get an F-150 XLT truck with savings over $10,000. Or if you need a smaller SUV, consider the Escape with savings over $5,800. It's our 4th of July sale with savings up to 20% off MSRP. Going on now at Gus Johnson Ford.
Do you need a CPAP even when you travel? Are you tired of lugging along your big home CPAP? Why not cut the size, cut the cord, and cut the cost with a travel mini CPAP from mytranscend.com. They've helped thousands of folks just like you sleep better anywhere without compromising CPAP performance. To learn more, call 1-800-714-0701. It's half the size of a typical home CPAP system and has the power options to take you anywhere, even off-grid. Transcend Mini CPAP is widely known as one of the best values around, and you can try it risk-free with a 100% money-back guarantee when you buy direct now at 1-800-714-0701. That's 1-800-714-0701. 1-800-714-0701. Or go to mytranscend.com.
KXLXOA Spokane. The most sports coverage anywhere.
Kind of, but not.
Patchin and Lukens, weekdays at 3 on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM. Get the show? Missing your fix of Patchin and Lukens? The problem is solved by listening at 700ESPN.com.
Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. News today that Jared Lorenzen, a former Kentucky and New York Giants quarterback, passed away at the age of 38, dealing with a battle with cardiac and renal issues. According to his family, passed away. Jared Lorenzen threw for over 10,000 yards in playing for the University of Kentucky and was nicknamed the Hefty Lefty because when he played quarterback, he was right around 300 pounds. Played a few years in the NFL, signed as a free agent with the Giants. Played 4 seasons in New York, then was pretty much out of the league. Played some indoor football for a multitude of teams in a multitude of leagues, but he had been battling health issues for a while that were partially related to his weight, and he passes away today at the age of 38. 38 is way too young to die.
Oh, man, for an athlete, too. Yeah, I mean, I remember he was a fun player to watch, and you wondered how a guy that big could play quarterback.
You wondered how he was able to do what he did.
Yeah. And wondering if he could make it in the NFL. I think he got drafted, didn't he? Wasn't he?
No, he's a free agent.
Was he? Okay. Was he a 49er?
No, he was a Giant.
Okay.
His best year was his freshman year when he threw for 3,600 yards. 78 touchdowns in his college career. He'd watch, but the other thing is he wore 22. He didn't wear a quarterback number. He wore 22. And you just watched him marveling at how he could do it at his size. He had been in failing health. There were stories out the last couple of days that he wasn't doing well, and the family issued the statement today that he had passed away. And if you don't remember him, go watch some of his stuff. Go watch some of his stuff from Kentucky. You can find it online. And you're going to marvel at really how talented he was.
Yeah, and mobile not as far as running the ball, but mobile as far as
elusiveness,
lateral motion.
In the pocket, was able to get out and do some things and stay away from taking sacks. He wasn't going to beat anybody in a foot race, but he certainly was very comfortable in what he was doing. This is too bad. It's really too bad. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it's buy or sell time. You want to play? 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. We need a couple of callers. Final buy or sell of the week. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Buy or sell is brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. We play it again. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light studio. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. We do it next here, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
At Valley, VIP Auto Sales in Spokane Valley, we are turning the car buying experience upside down with our no stress, no pressure, easy purchasing process designed to serve the customer's needs, not the dealership's. All-wheel drive SUVs, four-wheel drive pickups, diesel trucks, all priced with a clear edge on the competition. VIP service, VIP prices. Valley, VIP Auto Sales. That's Valley, VIPAutosales.com.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, Fish Dad!
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 7th in select stores while supplies last. See store for details.
You're catering a wedding, and the bride says,
"Everyone is raving about the hors d'oeuvres. My aunt was asking if you do corporate events."
now is the time when the right business card is essential, and Vistaprint can help. Head to Vistaprint.com, and you can customize 500 cards starting at just $9.99. You choose the paper, the shape, and the finish. Whatever your style, create a card that gives you the confidence to own the now. So head to Vistaprint.com and get 500 business cards starting at $9.99. Use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
Do good, feel good. That's the Ed Servio way.
Zero Res Carpet Cleaning is a proud supporter of all things pets. And even if you can't adopt right now, you can still help support the animals in our community by volunteering at the Spokane Humane Society. Visit SpokaneHumaneSociety.org to see all the ways you can help and consider donating your time or money to help the organization.
This message is brought to you by Ed Servio with support from Global Credit Union, Residential Home Solutions, and Zero Res.
Did you ever ride your bike with a clothespin and a baseball card? Or use a typewriter for a school paper? Then here's a timely alert. Americans born from 1945 to 1965 are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C, which often has no symptoms, but is a leading cause of liver cancer. The good news? Treatments are available that can cure hepatitis C. Talk with your doctor about getting a blood test for hepatitis C. Know for sure. A message from the CDC.
The Mariners win with a little drama late. I'm Dennis Patchin with Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Tim Beckham's pinch hit homer in the 8th was the difference. The Mariners 5-4 winners over St. Louis last night. It was Beckham's 13th home run of the season, and the win snaps a 4-game Mariner losing streak. The Mariners had a pair of home runs last night and now have broken the club record for homers as a team before the All-Star break with 152. The old record 151 by the 99 Mariners. Domingo Santana also added an RBI, now has 63. Just one of 4 Mariners to have that many before the break since 2006. Mariners the Cardinals tonight. First pitch is at 7:10. Spokane Indians beaten again last night, 9-3 to Salem Kaiser. The Indians have now lost 4 in a row and 7 of the last 8. Same 2 teams play tonight. The Volcanoes look for the sweep at Avista Stadium at 6:30. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Buy or sell with Patchin and Lukens. Sponsored by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
700 ESPN 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Time to play Buy or Sell, brought to you by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
Yeah.
All right, buy or sell time. Steve says we're good on callers.
That's a correct statement.
Got our final 2 callers of the week.
That's a correct statement.
Thank you. And we still don't know where Kawhi Leonard is going.
That's a correct statement.
We could do this all day.
That's a correct statement.
All right. Buy or sell. It is a special 4th of July barbecue edition.
Wait, let me try it. Steve is being really weird.
That's a correct statement.
Okay.
It is the 4th of July barbecue edition, not Pat's. Pat sent his in. I apologize, Pat. Had I seen yours, I wouldn't have wasted time with mine. But I did mine early this morning because I had a couple things I had to go run and do today. So thank you for doing that, Pat. I hope mine meets to the level of yours. All right, Rick Lukens, keep in mind this is a 4th of July barbecue edition. Not just a barbecue edition, it's a 4th of July barbecue edition.
America.
Okay. Hot dogs, and you can include brats or whatever type of sausage-esque
piece of meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All that entails. Over hamburgers. Buy or sell.
I will tell you this. Just a little let you in on what's going to happen. On Friday, I'm going to have a hamburger and a brat. Okay?
That doesn't answer this question.
In the same meal.
Yes.
However, 4th of July.
That's the 4th of July barbecue
Independence
edition.
Day. There's nothing more all-American than the hamburger. And with the hamburger, especially on a hot day, okay, you got the hamburger, and then you got the cool lettuce. I'm sorry.
Lettuce.
That's okay. Other people like it, Dennis. Other people like it, Dennis. You got the cool lettuce, tomato, and onion on there. And that's what I will have, and it's going to be glorious.
Okay, so you're selling hot dogs over hamburgers.
I am.
Okay. You're the sausage king, too.
I love me some brat.
I know. Buy or sell, Rick? Barbecue edition, 4th of July.
Yep.
I'd rather have pulled pork than ribs from a smoker.
Oh. I gotta sell that. I like pulled pork. I don't think pulled pork has to be from a smoker. I think pulled pork might be better, might even be better in a slow cooker.
Excuse me?
It might be. I said might, okay? Underline might.
The barbecue guys are driving down here trying to bust through the gates.
It's much easier to prepare from
no question
from the slow cooker.
No question. I'll be up all night tonight.
Okay, but with the slow cooker, I don't want to argue this with anybody, especially if you own a really good smoker. I mean, you're married to that thing. That's your girlfriend, okay? And I get that. And I'm not dissing your girlfriend here. But when you do it with the slow cooker, you can add some you cannot add the smoke flavor, obviously, unless it's that smoke in a bottle, which is stupid.
Liquid smoke.
You can add other flavors. You know, you can pour a can of root beer in there or something. Or, you can add different things. Mm-hmm. So I like both, I guess is what I'm saying. However, there is eating ribs, especially from a smoker, it's just holding the bone and biting into a really well-done rib is the best.
Okay.
So I guess I sold that, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
2 for 2 on sales. 4th of July barbecue edition. This is not just your normal barbecue. This is the 4th of July. Keep that in mind. Potato salad over macaroni salad.
Man, I like both. I really do. I mean, I really do. In fact, this weekend there will be no potato salad, and I'm a little, I'm a little melancholy about that. But we're going to have really good macaroni salad. Even though we're having the macaroni salad, I'm buying potato salad. Okay. My really favorite potato salad, like my wife makes, over macaroni salad. We're just doing something different this year, but potato salad is much more traditional in my mind.
4th of July barbecue edition. Buy or sell iced tea over lemonade.
Well, you know what my answer is. I'm just putting them together.
No,
I realize
right.
that can't be my answer, but I put them together.
I understand that.
I'm going to buy the iced tea over the lemonade. It's just a matter of how you feel at the moment, but I'm buying the iced tea over the lemonade.
All right. Buy or sell, Rick Lukens. I'd rather have a cotton candy machine in my house than a popcorn machine.
I don't eat either. I've been eating more popcorn lately. But I mean, cotton candy's not at top of mind. Plus, I'm like, if I'm not already, I'm darn near a senior citizen. So, senior citizens don't eat cotton candy. I'm sorry, I can't remember the last time I had cotton candy. Although it sounds good to me right now.
What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing later?
Especially the blue. I'd rather have blue cotton candy.
We have blue. We have red. We have green.
But no, popcorn.
Okay.
Popcorn is universal. That's
All right. Again, keep in mind this is not a normal barbecue. This is a 4th of July barbecue edition. So that might skew your answer. That is Rick Lukens' answers. Steve the Wingman.
I'm Steve the Wingman.
You certainly are. Buy or sell hot dogs over hamburgers, Steve?
4th of July, yeah. I'll have both, but I'll go with the hot dog.
Okay.
I'll buy that.
Buy or sell, I'd rather have pulled pork than ribs from a smoker.
No, ribs are one of my favorite things, so I'll go ribs.
Okay. Steve, are you buying potato salad over macaroni salad on the 4th of July barbecue edition?
So this is extremely hard for me. This is the game of buy or sell, where I have to buy or sell and make a choice. But I'm going to put my foot down and say both of these are garbage. Neither one. Never. Never. I don't like them. I don't eat them. No, thank you. No, I'm not. So it's a Steve the Wingman sell.
Wow, you don't like either one of
if
those?
If it was in the other order,
they're
you'd sell
trash.
it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're both trash. Never going to eat them.
That's the opposite of an Oscar sell. That's
so
a
if I would
wingman
have said
sell.
macaroni salad over potato salad, you would have sold it?
Yeah, sure. They're both trash. Doesn't matter.
Wow.
Pure garbage.
It's just un-American.
It's
un-American.
It's going to be hard to go on the rest of the show.
I think you'll soldier through.
Macaroni salad with a little bits of purple onion in it.
Oh, yeah, such trash.
Wow,
yes.
so good.
Oh, it's so gross.
So good.
So terrible.
Buy or sell, Steve, iced tea over lemonade.
I'll go. I'll buy it.
Okay.
I like both, and I like them together. So that is a welcome change from that last question that was garbage. No, this is nice. I like iced tea. I like lemonade. I like them together, but I will buy iced tea on its own.
Steve the Wingman, I'd rather have a cotton candy machine at my house than a popcorn machine.
I'm going to sell. I'll go with the popcorn machine. I think the popcorn machine would get used all the time. I've wanted a popcorn machine. We were close to buying a big, it had wheels and you could cart it around. And
Steve's popcorn machine on the corner.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
We were, man, I don't even remember. It's like it was at a yard sale. It was just in great shape. I forget what they were asking, and we were trying to yard sale them and be like, well, I don't know. How about 40 instead of 50? And they wouldn't budge, and so we didn't end up doing it. But, yeah, no, I'm big on the popcorn machine. The cotton candy machine would just be trouble, so I got to stay away from that.
Yeah, the popcorn machine, too, it's going to leave a really good smell in the house.
I agree with that.
As long as you don't burn it.
So, yeah, I completely agree with that. The one my wife got, she got it used. It looks like somebody used it once. This is crazy. It's
All right.
just crazy.
It'll probably get used once at your house.
Oh, no.
I'm guessing. Oh, what? When the grandkids come over?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a popcorn guy. I'm just telling you
No,
right now.
I'm saying the cotton candy machine will get used once.
Oh, it's already
at
been
your
used
house.
twice.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was with the grandkids.
With the grandkids?
Yeah.
Grandma, Grandpa, let's make cotton candy.
Yeah. Rick,
and
it
if
has
Grandma
to-
just ordered bushels full of
they
the
come in
colored
like
sugar.
the half-gallon things of milk. I got like 4 of them now at my house. They
Now
damn
you-
well better get used
Yeah.
more than once.
Yeah, you got to use that. Now you got to do it 50 times just to use up all that stuff.
I know. All right. I'm buying for a barbecue. I normally would buy hamburgers. For some reason, hot dogs on the 4th of July that's 4th of July for me.
Okay.
Hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. I mean, so I don't have
baseball.
I don't
Baseball, hot dogs, apple
have
pie.
I don't have a Chevy, but I got hot dogs. I don't have apple pie though.
I've never owned a Chevy, ever.
Oh, I have.
All the cars. I mean, I've owned a lot of cars.
Never
I've
owned a Chevy?
I've never owned a Chevy, and it's not. I got nothing against it.
You've
It's
never
just,
have you ever owned any GM product?
Maybe not. I don't think so.
So you wiped out the entire General Motors line of cars.
They've done okay without me.
Yep, and that used to be a lot more extensive than it is now.
Yeah.
You never had a Pontiac?
Nope.
An Oldsmobile?
Nope.
Wow.
Ford, Dodge. If we're talking American cars, Merkin, Ford and Dodge. It's just the way it's worked out.
Unless you've bought like a Hudson or something. Yeah, those are the only 3 that are left. Buy or sell? I'd rather have pulled pork than ribs from a smoker. I don't like pulled. I've made pulled pork in a slow cooker, and it's really easy. I mean, it's really easy. There's something about a smoked pulled pork that's better than a slow cooked. I used to be a potato salad guy, but if I have to choose, I'm a macaroni salad guy, so I'm selling that. But if somebody has potato and macaroni salad, I will take a small helping of each.
Oh yeah.
And then whichever one I like better, because I've had potato salads that are unbelievable, and I've had potato salads at like a gathering that have been.
Yeah, you bite into it and find out they used Miracle Whip in it or something. Like, ah!
No, that I've had that aren't quite as good as others. So, all right. 4th of July again. Most times iced tea I'm selling because it's lemonade on the 4th of July. It's just something about the 4th of July. And guys, I can make popcorn on a multitude of ways at my house. I cannot make cotton candy. Now, I don't know if I want it, but if you say you can have a giant popcorn machine or you can have a giant. I mean, she didn't buy one of those things you see at Target that's.
Not one of the little Susie homemaker things.
Like those snow cone machines you bought your kids and they broke after 3 tries.
Yeah.
No, these are like gigantic industrial things.
Grade.
So I'd rather have a cotton candy machine. I did tell you when they had it out, they made all this cotton candy. I never got any. Was eaten and then given away. Unbelievable. All right. That's my buy or sell. Steve, let's go to the phone lines to play the 4th of July barbecue edition.
All right, very good. Our first competitor, he's got a very appropriate nickname for 4th of July barbecue edition. It's Doug E. Ribs.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Smokey. Smokey Ribs. Hey, Mr. Ribs, how are you?
Not bad. How you gentlemen doing?
Good. Are you ribbing up this weekend or doing something?
Oh, I'm doing everything. Yeah, I'm just eating whatever I get my hands on. Small children, it don't make any difference. I'm eating.
All right, Doug, barbecue edition, and keep in mind it's the 4th of July. Buy or sell hot dogs over hamburgers.
It's got to be hamburgers. It's an absolute for me, hamburgers.
Okay. I'd rather. This is probably an unfair question for him since he's Dougie Ribs.
Yeah.
I'd rather have pulled pork than ribs from a smoker.
It'd be sacrilege. You got to go with the pig sickle.
Okay.
You got to go with the ribs.
All right. Potato salad over macaroni salad.
People can mess up potato salad so fast. I mean, and you brought up the Miracle Whip. I don't know if you've ever had a mouthful of potato salad in front of a bunch of people, and you got to kind of act like it tastes good. We'll go with the macaroni salad.
I think the window to screw up macaroni salad is smaller than potato salad.
I mean, people would use the Miracle Whip in the mac salad as well, but that's just horrible. That's
Miracle
just a
Whip
sin.
is not meant for potato salad.
It should be illegal.
Or mac salad either. Dougie Ribs, iced tea over lemonade.
Iced tea, sun tea, iced tea. Absolutely.
Okay. Even on the 4th of July.
Yep. Even on the 4th of July.
All right. And the big question of the day, I'd rather have a cotton candy machine in my house than a popcorn machine.
Oh, you hit the nail on the head. I'd be the only guy in the neighborhood with a cotton candy machine. That's reason enough right there.
All right, Doug, have yourself a happy 4th, and we'll be back with you on Monday. Thanks for joining us.
All right, you bet, guys.
All right, that's Dougie Ribs. True to his word. Did not buy pulled pork in a smoker with ribs. All right, Steve the Wingman, we do have 2 ties to break.
All right, so this morning, my 10-year-old daughter, soon to be 11, tomorrow, born on the 4th of July, she came up to me and said, Dad, I was listening to Dave, Ken, and Molly, and they were playing the song that you play. I said, no. I made this song.
Right?
They didn't. They stole it from me. I made it.
Hey!
First-time caller.
First-time caller.
First-time caller.
First-time caller.
Just turn your radio down. No swearing allowed. Speak clearly into the phone. And
Make Mama proud. Not Dave, Ken, and Molly.
I just wanted to make it clear for the record, Dave, Ken, and Molly were not the first ones to play that. I played the song first. They stole it from me, and we used that to introduce our new friend, Kale.
Kale, that's boy. You get ribbed about that name, don't you, man?
Oh, I'm just fine with it.
Yeah,
That's not a problem.
Leafy green superfood is what you are.
This is interesting.
It's good.
We have a 4th of July barbecue edition, and we got a guy by the name of Dougie Ribs
and
then
Kale. Yeah.
We couldn't have planned that out any better.
It's like when
Our third caller is Hot E Dog.
if you ever have a kale shake, you just shake Kale's hand. That's a kale shake.
Kale, thanks for calling. First time caller, you got 2 ties to break. Can you handle the pressure here?
Absolutely. Excited to be on. Been a fan for a long time.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you for listening, and thank you for playing. The first of 2 tiebreakers, hot dogs over hamburgers on this 4th of July barbecue edition, buy or sell.
First off, love them both, but I gotta sell for the hot dogs. Hot dogs are going to be the taker.
Okay. Now,
especially on the 4th of July.
Yeah, if it wasn't a 4th of July, would you gone the other way?
I think I would have gone the other way, yeah.
Okay, all right. Buy or sell, I'd rather have pulled pork than ribs from a smoker.
Definitely got to go with the ribs. Ribs are the best.
Okay. Buy or sell, potato salad over mac salad.
Ooh, my uncle makes this phenomenal potato salad, so I'm definitely going with that. Not much of a macaroni salad guy. I think it's kind of nasty.
I'm telling you, if you got somebody who's making great potato salad, you may not venture over to the mac salad because you'd be afraid to miss it.
Mac salad can be
Don't
pretty,
even
pretty
look the other way.
refreshing.
Does he use mustard in it, Kale?
I'm not sure. I just eat it. I see it's on the table.
Good
that's
answer.
That's all I eat. I don't even need anything else.
There you go. Iced tea over lemonade, Kale, buy or sell?
Selling for the lemonade. Lemonade all year. 4th of July doesn't matter. I don't like some iced tea. I think it's kind of nasty. I like Arnold Palmer's though.
Okay, all right. So you like a little iced tea, but not a full iced tea.
No, I can't do just a regular iced tea.
All right, and the final question, the last one for the week, and maybe the most important question, Kale. I'd rather have a cotton candy machine at my house than a popcorn machine.
Sell. Gotta have the popcorn for sure.
You don't like cotton candy?
Nah, that's too sugary.
Okay.
Bad for you.
Too sugary.
Perfect. Nice and salty.
It is sugar. That's all it is sugar.
It is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's heated sugar that comes in strands. Kale, thanks for playing. Great job. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's Kale,
That was
first-time
Kale.
caller here. Steve, I wonder where Dave, Ken, and Molly stole that song.
From me. They stole it from me.
Oh, where did you steal it from?
I made it up.
Yeah. Next thing you know.
We have no budget. We don't have anybody who can sing like that
Next
on the
thing
show.
you know, Ken's going to be up there going, first time caller.
I don't think he's going to do that. I think their new show producer, Haley, is more likely to do that.
That's what the connection is. That's how they stole that from us. Haley was
Haley
here. Yeah.
filled in for me.
Traitor.
We trained
Haley's
her.
a traitor.
We trained her, and then they took her.
The first time caller button is one of the 5 buttons I give to the dopes that fill in for me because I know they're not smart enough to do my job. It's like, here's 5 buttons. And that's one of them.
Buy or sell barbecue edition.
That was mean. Gosh, why am I being so mean today? I'm sorry.
I don't know. 3-2, hot dogs over hamburgers. We bought it today. 4-1, we sold. We'd rather have pulled pork than ribs from a smoker. 3-2, we sold. We actually sold potato salad over mac salad. So we're taking the mac salad by 1. 3-2, we bought iced tea over lemonade. And 3-2, we'd rather have a popcorn machine at our house than a cotton candy machine. That's Dougie, Ribs, and Kale, first-time caller, playing Buy or Sell. Read some of your questions from Buy or Sell when we come back. Ryan Divish coming up in a half an hour. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Here's Matt Schubb, owner of Dynamic Decks.
Once we show up on your deck, we're on your deck. We don't start a project and go off and start several projects at the same time. So once we show up in your yard and tear out your deck, we're there until it's finished. With the sunshine and a little baseball, and hopefully we have a great year this year for the Mariners. We'll see. Decks and baseball, that's the way to go, and barbecue. We don't set a specific time for your deck. We give you kind of a ballpark of when the project's going to start, and then as it gets closer, we inform you of when yours is going to start. Yeah, most decking you can go 16-inch on center. We do everything 12-inch on center. It makes the deck feel real solid. It doesn't bounce, and the boards won't warp in the heat, which we get a lot of, obviously, around here. So it's a nice, solid construction.
Custom decks built right. Dynamic Decks. Visit them online, dynamicdecksinc.com, or phone 464-3325. Dynamic Decks.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the KXLY4 First Alert Weather Center. Partly cloudy skies tonight with an overnight low of 53 degrees. 4th of July, nice day. Partly sunny, a high of 78. Chance of some isolated mountain showers and thunderstorms thunderstorms. Looks like we'll stay dry with temperatures in the lower 80s right on through the weekend.
Your local forecast. Brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at Wendell.com.
Honey, it feels like a sauna in here.
We gotta call Dr. Andy.
Did someone page Dr. Andy? Ma'am, you may need an AC tune-up.
Don't let this happen to you. Page one of our highly trained Sturm technicians today for your $99 AC tune-up special. Beat the heat and call Sturm today at 325-4505 and stay cool this summer. For more than 70 years, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been the leader in the Inland Northwest for all your HVAC needs. Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning, your one-stop service shop. Contact us today.
As a small business owner, when was the last time you considered switching internet providers?
I don't even remember. Running a business keeps me pretty busy.
Let's compare your current provider to Comcast Business. Are you getting fast, reliable internet?
Sometimes.
How about a full suite of innovative services like separate Wi-Fi networks, 4G wireless backup, and advanced voice solutions?
I highly doubt it.
Sounds like your provider doesn't compete. Make the switch to the nation's largest gig speed network now and get an amazing deal. Right now, get fast 25 megabit internet and one voice mobility line for $59.90 per month. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer in 7/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra, subject to change. Backup limited to up to 8 hours.
Log on to 700ESPN.com and enter to win tickets to this summer's hottest concerts and comedy shows at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. With over 5,000 seats, there's not a bad seat in the house. To Two Cold Ones in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. It's Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. Pat with a text saying, buy or sell, great job, Big Brother Dennis. Brats, popcorn, potato salad, and a cold brew. Happy 4th of July, guys. Let me give you, Pat suggested, and again, as I said this, he sent us the 4th of July barbecue edition. I kid you not. He sent one in, and I want to read it. I want to give him props because he sent it in, and we can't use it again because it's the 4th of July. He said, first question was buy or sell brats over hot dogs. So
I'd buy that.
I think most people would. He took the hot dog hamburger and made it brats or hot dogs. Then he said 2, hamburger or cheeseburger over chicken.
Buy that.
Then he said corn on the cob over potato salad.
Buy that just because it's 4th of July.
Yeah, corn on the cob to me is corn on the cob is for summertime food trumps almost everything that isn't a steak. Then he said baked beans over a salad.
I might, just because I don't like most baked beans, I'd sell that. But there's one baked bean dish that I love that I would buy, but most overall, no.
I would buy baked beans. I got a recipe for one. And then he says cherry
for dessert
or apple pie. I think it's cherry, don't is it in the summertime for 4th of July is cherries? Apple's more in the fall.
Apple pie wins. Apple pie is the best fruit pie.
Even on the 4th of July?
Yes, that's the all-American thing.
Yeah, baseball, hot dogs, apple pie.
I'm saying on the 4th of July with cherries in season.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Apples are in season, not this time of year.
But it doesn't. I don't care whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. Apple pie is the best fruit pie. Well, I mean peach pies. Between those two, apple pie easily.
All right. Thank you, Pat.
Good stuff, Pat.
For that. That was I just wanted to give you props for your 4th of July barbecue edition. Bo said brats and dogs are harder to mess up. Also, due to the rant yesterday, I'm taking the dogs in honor of the hot dog eating contest. Okay, Bo.
Rant? What rant?
Jeff says I'm with Steve. I can't stand either potato or macaroni salad.
That's just weird. Our potato salad at home has little pieces of bacon in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you use red potatoes?
That's the better version of it, yeah. But
Yeah.
sometimes if red potatoes aren't, you know, we don't have them, then you use regular.
Red potato salad is, if you
Yeah.
haven't had that, that's pretty good. Corey says, Steve, I bet one of the other 5 buttons have to do with a green substance for dipping chips into.
Guacamole, 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 guacamole.
Is it?
Actually, Corey.
You were wrong.
It's not. Not a bad guess, but it's not.
Yeah. Wrong, Corey. True to the blue, Corey misses strike 1. Scott says, I think the cheese and veggies that people try to put in noodle salad makes it way more of a chance. Potato salad all the way.
I'm telling you that I've seen potato salad with onions and celery and other things in it. That
Potato salad with celery in it?
Yeah, just a little. Maybe not celery. I've seen it with pickles in it.
That's mac salad.
I've seen potato salad with pickles in it.
Don't mess up.
I'm not saying I like it.
No, I understand that. Don't overthink potato salad. It's not that hard. John says we bought a popcorn machine with a rolling stand for the shop, but the wife moved it into the house.
Wasn't close enough. Yeah.
Grasshopper Ron, Wingies on crack. What third world country is he from? Those 2 salads are summer. He's talking mac and potato salad.
I'd rather eat the grasshopper Ron than either one of those.
Yeah, and Phil right behind him said, I'm with Steve. Both macaroni and potato salad are trash.
Phil?
Okay, let me do one here for you, because this was a dilemma for me for this weekend. For a store-bought dessert, drumstick or Klondike bar?
I have to go drumstick. I know Klondike bars takes up smaller space, and when you're traveling, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
The Klondike bar doesn't have a handle.
You could use the foil that it comes in as the.
Who does that?
I don't know.
No one.
Yeah.
If you're going to put chocolate on the top of ice cream, there needs to be a stick in it.
Okay.
The
All right.
Klondike bar to me is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Okay. All right, Steve.
Klondike bar.
Okay.
You know what? I like the Klondike bar.
Yeah.
It's a great product. The delivery system sucks.
All right. You know what I did? Both.
Okay, you couldn't decide.
I just bought both.
You couldn't decide. That's what it was. Clay said Steve probably likes the Jell-O with the fruit cocktail.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I remember those. Yeah. We used to get those like the Jell-O mold with the little bits of cherries and pineapple and what in it.
Fruit cocktail in Jell-O.
Right. My mom did one that a lot of people looked at and went, "Whoa, what are you doing there?" And she would do a lime Jell-O with pieces of grapefruit in it.
Yeah,
it was actually very good.
I don't like grapefruit.
Oh.
I've had your mom's food before, and okay, I'm not passing on anything, but if it's got grapefruits in it, I'm out. Kent said, myself and the wife just made a pork roast that was melt in your mouth, 25-hour brine, which is the key. Then dry rub, smoked it for 8 hours, alder chips, super delicious. There you go. Jerry, also with you, Steve, on those salads, both trash, macaroni and potato salad. Hard sell the Steve the Wingman comment after macaroni and potato salad. Steve, that people are.
Man, you're polarizing, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Brad.
Sure. Only on days that end in Y.
Yeah. Brad says, Rick, I'm a huge into smoking meats, but that being said, a slow cooker is the best for pulled pork.
It's a great method.
It's the easiest.
It is.
I don't believe it's the best. All right. There you go. Oh, Bronco Joe, remember what I said about brats? Taking them out of the casing and use them in a pasta? Bronco Joe said, I 100% agree with Dennis. Smoked brats and Alfredo pasta is a game changer. I trust brat meat more than I know that Tebow can't play quarterback. All right, that's stuff off the Frost Brew Coors text line. Buy or sell brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks. Built right. We come back. We'll tell you how you can sign up for the Patchin and Lukens Golf Tournament, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. We'll do it next here. Patchin and Lukens from the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio.
Message and data rates may apply.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head, comb it over, wear a hat?
Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, can give you your real natural hair back permanently. They're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who texts SAVE44 to 85850. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. You wash it, you cut it. It's your own real, naturally growing hair. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Text SAVE44 to 85850. That's SAVE44 to 85850.
Get your home set for summer during Macy's July 4th sale. Save big with our lowest prices of the season on furniture for every room, plus your deck and yard because it's all about entertaining outdoors. Check out special financing plans on $499 furniture purchases on your Macy's card. And get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases just in time for weekend guests. Find great home savings at Macy's, the furniture destination. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 7th in select stores while supplies last. See store for details.
You thought the beef and cheddar couldn't get any more delicious. And then Arby's added bacon to it. And you thought, oh, okay, but it can't get any better than that. And then Arby's made them 2 for $6. And then you thought, okay, but no, it can't get any better than that. And you were right. The bacon, beef, and cheddar, 2 for $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
At Valley, VIP Auto Sales in Spokane Valley, we are turning the car buying experience upside down with our no stress, no pressure, easy purchasing process designed to serve the customer's needs, not the dealership's. All-wheel drive SUVs, 4-wheel drive pickups, diesel trucks, all priced with a clear edge on the competition. VIP service, VIP prices. Valley, VIP Auto Sales. That's Valley. VIPAutosales.com.
The next level of interactive sports is coming soon to Epic at Northern Quest with a new Top Golf Swing Suite. Perfect for a night out with you and your friends.
This time it was the Mariners who got the big hit late. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Tim Beckham hit a pinch hit homer in the bottom of the 8th. The Mariners snap a 4-game losing streak with a 5-4 win over St. Louis. Beckham, who was hitting less than 200 for the last 2 months, got his 13th home run of the season. That home run sets a Mariner team record for most home runs before the All-Star break with 152. The 99 Mariner team held that old mark set 20 years ago. Austin Adams got 4 outs in relief to get the win. He struck out all 4 batters he saw. Mariners the Cardinals again tonight, first pitch at 7:10. Spokane Indians gave up 8 runs in the first 3 innings, never recovered. 9-3 losers to Salem Kaiser. The Indians have now lost 7 of 8. Will wrap up the 3-game series with the Volcanoes tonight at 6:30. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
If you're not following us on Facebook, you're missing out. 700 ESPN.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Dano said, Jell-O with the carrots in it. That may be
like
the
shredded
yeah.
carrots. No,
that is awful. Just somebody just don't even bring that. Ugh. James says, Steve, if you like dill, I think you'd like my potato salad. I think dill is one of those things you got to be careful how much you use. It's like sage in dressing. If you use too much, you're you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed.
I do like dill, but I'm sorry. Unless the only thing offered for dinner is potato salad,
You're
and if that's
passing.
the case, okay, I'm not eating. I'm not going to eat it.
Audubon Eric says potato salad is unreal if the potato egg ratio never rises above one for one. Guys, I don't like I don't like egg in my potato salad. Can I tell you that? I'm not.
I don't mind it. I mean, it's all different kinds.
I don't like hard boiled eggs. And that's what it is. Ugh. All right. You want to play in the Patchin and Lukens golf tournament? It's pretty simple. First thing is you got to be a member of the Field Pass. And I know most of you are, but some of you aren't. This is going to be a fun event. We're going to play a two-man scramble at the Circling Raven Golf Club down near Worley. We're going to play it on September 20th, which is a Friday. So if you can't get Friday off, there's no reason to sign up because we want everybody there because we're going to have a blast. We don't want people signing up, taking a spot, and then not showing up. All right? So if you can't play on the 20th, then don't go in and answer the question wrong. Get your 10,000 bonus points. The question is regarding the Circling Raven Golf Club. Some of the things are to deal with the course itself. Other things are about the Circling Raven Golf Club. It is a question we put up every Monday morning at 10 o'clock. So if you've already answered this week's question, you only get one shot at it. Okay? If you answer the question correct, or if you answer it incorrect, you still get 10,000 bonus points. So it doesn't matter if your answer is right or not, you still get the bonus points. But to be in the weekly drawing for our weekly winner who will play in the tournament, you have to have the answer correct. And some of the answers you would not know. In fact, most of the answers you would not know if you didn't go to the Circling Raven Golf Club website. But if you do go to the website, you're going to get every answer right because they're all there. They're all on the website. The scorecard is your friend. This week, not necessarily. Go to the Field Pass, check out the question. If you don't know the answer, and you probably won't, then go to the Circling Raven Golf Club website, find the answer, then go back and answer it correctly. Now, on Monday, every Monday, when we put a new question up, right before we do that, we draw that week's winner. We draw a winner every Monday, except on Labor Day. We'll do that on Tuesday because it's a holiday and nobody works here on a holiday. But nonetheless, a weekly contest, weekly winner. If you are the person who answers correctly and is selected as our weekly winner, then you and a friend can be the best golfer you know, can be your significant other, can be somebody from your work, can be a relative. It doesn't matter. You pick your partner. You and your partner will play in a two-man scramble with the other 17 groups. And the winner of that golf tournament will receive, each member of the team will receive a night's hotel stay, each one, at Circling Raven Casino Resort. Each one of you will receive an additional round of golf at Circling Raven Golf Club, and you'll receive the Patchin and Lukens trophy. But you can't win if you're not a member of the Field Pass, and you can't be our weekly winner if you don't answer the question correctly. All right? So go to the Field Pass, 700ESPN.com, and sign up today for that. All right? Sign up for the Field Pass. If you're already signed up for the Field Pass, and I'm going to say probably 90% of you are that listen to this show, then you're ahead of the game. Head to the website, go to the Field Pass, go to the question, answer the question, and get yourself qualified. Because if you've never played Circling Raven, it's one of the great golf courses in the Pacific Northwest. And if you have played Circling Raven Golf Course, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so go to 700ESPN.com and the Field Pass and sign in for that. All right? Don't be fooling around. In case you were thinking about going to the Spokane Indians game tonight, turn around and go home. Sold out. It's fireworks night tonight. They're sold out. The fact the Indians have lost, 7 out of 8, hasn't kept anybody from going. But you can't go tonight unless you've already got tickets. sold out. And I guess last night at T-Mobile, there were more Cardinal fans than Mariner fans. Part of that is it's a Tuesday night. Team's not playing great.
Yeah.
It's a holiday weekend. People are trying to wrap things up before they get out of town or take a few days off. The Cardinals only come to Seattle once out of every 6 years, and there's Cardinal fans everywhere. They're one of those teams. And I guess the number of Cardinal fans last night, Rick, was kind of outnumbering Mariner fans. And the fact that the Mariners jacked the ticket prices up for this series. Like they do the Yankees, like they do the Red Sox. The ticket prices aren't the same anymore. Depending on who they play, it's what's the name of that? Dynamic pricing or something is what they call it. All right. Steve, do we have to get a break in before we get Ryan on the air?
No.
Okay. I want to speaking of ticket prices, I want to talk about what's going on at Washington State. It was announced earlier this week that for the first time ever, if you're a member of the Cougar Athletic Fund, or if you're a season ticket holder, you are now going to have to start paying for parking. It's not been a thing before. It is a thing now. And in fact, Athletic Director Pat Chun, in a story in the Spokesman Review, told them, he goes, I honestly was surprised they weren't charging for parking. It's an additional revenue stream that had been untapped by Washington State, and they're going to tap into it. If you want a reserve spot, if you're a Cougar Athletic Club member or a season ticket holder and you're going to want a reserve spot, Rick, for the 7 home games now it doesn't take effect this year.
As I understood it.
It takes effect in the 2020 season. So you get free parking this year if you're in that group. But the cheapest you can park is going to be $25 on one of the university lots that they control. If you want a reserve spot, it's going to cost you north of $750
for the year.
For 7 games. So $25 a game. So you're going to pay almost $200 in parking. I've heard from a couple of season ticket holders, they're not happy, but it's not going to affect their. It's like nobody's saying I'm giving up my season tickets. Nobody's saying I'm not going anymore.
No. I mean, okay, first of all, the right to complain is one that is invoked by almost everybody. Okay?
Sure.
So, yeah, you're being charged more money. If you look at it this way, and I realize that I'm not you if you're the guy who's getting stuck for this, okay? I realize that I'm not you. But when I am that guy, I try to look at it like, man, I got away with this for a long time, and I'm not getting away with it now. It's basically what it is.
You really, I mean, when it comes to this, you really have two choices. You can pay, or you don't have to go. That's what it is. Now, I'm going to guarantee you that some of those parking lots that are close, there's a couple of churches there that are close that were charging like $15.
Yeah, their price is going to go up.
Their price has just gone above the $25.
Oh, yes.
To park in the lot where the season ticket holders and the club. Certainly it is. So if you're going to go to a Cougar game this year, unless you got like Rick had in Seattle, a secret parking spot in Pullman, you're going to pay to park. It's going to cost you money to park.
But Washington State was easily the exception to the major conference football rule.
Oh, according to what I read, they were either the last Power 5 conference to do it, or there were like one other. They weren't sure at what point, So you're right. You got away with something for a long time. But people are going to complain because I haven't had to pay for this for 25 years. I've been a season ticket holder since 1962, and now they're going to charge me for this. What's next? You
Right.
know there's people saying
Oh, they're
that.
totally saying it, and most of those people will just go ahead and pay the money.
Yeah.
And those who don't, there's somebody who will fill in the spot that you vacate.
Well, the other thing is the part of that story, the spokesman said that season ticket prices are going to go up in 2020 as well. So your tickets are going to cost you more, not this coming football season, but the following year. And if you're a season ticket holder or if you're a Cougar Athletic Club member, you're gonna pay more. You're gonna pay for parking, and you're gonna pay higher prices in your tickets. And this is part of Washington State trying to figure out revenue streams where they can reduce their debt. And they look at one of those things, and one of those things said, "We're not charging for parking. Everybody else is. We better start." And I think the next thing is certainly is beer. Is beer sales in the stadium.
And the naming of the stadium, it's got to come at some time. I'm
Right.
surprised it hasn't come yet.
Right. That doesn't affect the average Joe
It
who
does
goes
not.
to the game.
Not at all.
Okay, because people are going to wind up calling it Martin Stadium anyway.
For a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, people still call Avista Stadium, which before that was Seafirst Stadium. Well, actually, Bank of America.
On Mariner broadcast
before the
twice,
stadium.
I've heard Safeco Field.
Yeah.
On Mariner
that,
broadcast
there's still
twice.
people in Spokane who still call it Indian Stadium.
Yeah.
And we've already had 3 name changes since it was called Indian Stadium. They're still calling it that. People are still going to call it Safeco Field for a long time. It doesn't matter. But it was interesting. The statement is, well, everybody else is doing it. We're going to do it too.
Yeah, I listen. Pat Chun's got a difficult job when it comes to making those books balance. He really does. I mean, with a basketball program that nobody's wanted to watch for years,
right.
A men's basketball program, and with a football program that's having to foot the bill for pretty much everything there. I mean, he just fired the baseball coach because they've been so horrible. He's had it rough in trying to keep that athletic program at a higher level, or get it in many cases back to a higher level, and still try and fight a budget that's killing him. Yeah, he's going to start charging people for parking. Oh yeah.
I wonder how much money they're going to get out of Klay Thompson, who just signed agreed to a $190 million deal. Think Klay makes a donation? He may have already made a donation to help get rid of Ernie Kent.
He may have.
Yeah.
And he's certainly supported the new coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may have. All right, we're going to take a time out. We come back. We'll visit with Ryan Divish from the Seattle Times, talk a little Mariner baseball with him. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Dave Smith is offering our highest savings of the year. Our 4th of July savings sale is on now. Save thousands on over 1,900 new Chryslers, Dodge, Jeeps, and Rams. Shop and save during the 4th of July sales event. 800-635-8000. DaveSmith.com.
SpokaneHelpWanted.com presents the world's worst boss, the one who posts jobs on huge national job sites, looking for anyone with a pulse. We'll just call him Dave.
Officer, thank goodness you're here.
You said it was an emergency.
And it is. We have some positions in senior management that need to be filled pronto.
Not this again.
I'm telling you, our benefits are criminal, and you can't stay on the force forever.
All right, boys, roll out.
Wait!
Hey, where's the fire?
I'm so glad you're here.
Don't be a Dave. Find your perfect local employee at SpokaneHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
700 ESPN.
Life without VIP.
Hello? No, I don't want a free insurance quote.
Life with VIP.
Tickets!
You choose. The 700 ESPN Field Pass. Your VIP access to all things cool and free. Powered by Toyota. Let's go places. Get yours today at 700ESPN.com.
My Forerunner needed shocks and it did need the front brakes. I took it to the Golden Rule shop out on Pines.
Hi, Dallas Lowe with Golden Rule Brake. You deserve an honest repair at a fair price, and we promise to make it easy. Here's Luke, who got a very high quote from another shop.
When I came in, I didn't tell the Golden Rule about where I went first. I didn't say nothing about it until he brought out his estimate, and then I brought out the copy of estimate, and he looked at it and he literally dropped his jaw. And then, I asked him, can you go check on this other stuff that you don't have on your estimate? Just take a second look. He told me, I do trust in my text, but I will go back and do that extra step. And he took 30 minutes to go back and go over the stuff that had told me that was wrong with that. And he said, we looked at everything. All of that looks good. $1,500 difference.
Schedule now. GoldenRuleBrake.com.
Golden Rule Break.
Residential Home Solutions congratulates local homeowners Victor and Deb Leamer. The Leamers are the winners of our 2019 A New View contest and will soon be enjoying their view through a house full of new residential windows. If your home's wood, aluminum, or even vinyl windows could use an update, or if you would like to see what our locally made windows can do to help you save on energy costs, go to residentialhs.com or give us a call today at 892-6460. Residential Home Solutions. Windows custom fit for life.
I'm Chris Crocker from 4 News Now. The lazy days of summer are not always so lazy. The kids are out of school, my routine goes out the window, but I stay informed with the 4 News Now Daily Local. It's our daily newsletter delivered right to my email. The top local stories, the news everyone's talking about, and fun little extras too, all in one place so I'd never miss a thing. Get the DL, the 4 News Now Daily Local. Sign up today at KXLY.com.
Dennis Patchin, Rick Lukens, two cool dudes.
True that.
Weekday afternoons at 3 on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM. Don't forget your chance to win is when we open the ticket window on Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Thanks for being with us today. Always a pleasure to welcome this man back to our show. He's our favorite Montana Grizzly. It's Ryan Divish from the Seattle Times beat writer who covers the Mariners. And hope you had a couple of days off last week. Hope you enjoyed that time off, Ryan.
Yeah, I was in Montana. I was in scenic Havre, Montana, up on the High Line, better known as God's country, where the mosquitoes are large, the beer is cheap, and the people are, they're just they're still wearing clothes from the 1980s.
Rick and I went up there many years ago and did a story in Shelby, Montana.
That's right.
And we were in a local establishment in Shelby, and the people, when they found out what we were doing in town, couldn't have been nicer.
They bought us beer. Cheap beer, Ryan, but they bought us beer, yeah.
Well, look, now that there's a brewery, now that you can't, throw your hat off and not hit a brewery in every town in America, including Havre that has 3 of them, there's still a place for good domestic beer when you're playing fast-pitch softball, Vince Grippy style, and you have to have some beers when your day is done.
Hey, how did you guys keep your basketball coach at Montana this off-season?
Well, it helped that the California Golden Bears were really stupid. that helped a lot. It helped a lot, and he wasn't really interested in going to Washington State. So, I think he really wanted to go to Cal. I think he felt like he deserved to get that job. And I think everybody I know that went to Cal or that has Cal alumni felt like he should have got that job as well. So he's been, I think he's happy in Missoula. I think he'll get another job. But he was smart not just taking the first bigger job to come along just for the sake of the name, when you realize that maybe going into a better situation is the best idea instead of just worrying about moving up. Montana can't pay a lot, but I think, given the recruits he's getting back, his value or his star is only going to rise because they got some studs coming in.
They're the team to beat in my estimation this coming basketball season, the Big Sky. So We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
but come on. I mean, if they have the season you're expecting them to have, Travis DeCure is gone after this season, so enjoy him while he's there.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a lot easier to enjoy than football season, where Montana's probably going to go 7-5. You know, and I'm supposedly going to that game versus Eastern, which I just every time I go to that game, something bad happens.
I thought you said you were never going to one of those games again.
You know, some of these guys from Seattle want to go to a Grizz game really bad, and it actually works out on a weekend where I may take them over. So I don't know. I'm debating that, but like Larry Stone and Tim Booth at the AP and some of those other guys, they've been talking about wanting to go to Missoula and hang out for a weekend and go see a football game, but I don't know if I really want to take them to that one. I'd like it better if they went to Idaho State or, you know, something like that. I went to 2 games last year. I went to Portland State. They got beat by a winless Portland State team, and then there was that catastrophe in the Montana State game where they fumbled on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could drink myself into a coma, but I damn near came close.
Hey, we've got a handful of games left before the All-Star break. How focused are baseball teams this week?
You know, it's interesting. I do think that, you know, it's been such a grind, and the Mariners have played more games than any other team because of the little Japan trip and everything else, that maybe, you know, you do have one eye on the break in those 3 days. It's not a very long break if you think about it. I mean, those guys scatter on Sunday, and they got to be back on Thursday, but you do get one eye on it, and I think for some guys, you know, there's a fatigue level that's set in. You know, you got some younger guys that maybe aren't used to this grind. But I also know, you know, but some of these other guys like D. Gordon and Rolandis Elias and Mike Leake, guys that are looking to get out of here and get traded or, you know, could be traded, I think they have to look at this last week as something that's relatively important as well. But you're right. There is a little bit of senioritis, I think, sometimes with the All-Star break. I thought it got the Mariners last year when they went into Denver and just got their ass handed to them.
Yeah. How many of the guys that are up on the trade block, you know, mentioned on the trade block, Mike Leake, D. Gordon, how many of these guys actually are just anxious to actually be traded? All of them?
I don't know if they're anxious to be traded, but they just want some closure to the situation, though I think D and Mike know that they could easily be traded in the offseason too. But I do think Mike ideally would prefer to be out of here and go to a more of a contender or a team in the National League. When I told him after that one start where he pitched pretty well, like, hey, they didn't even know if you're going to make the start because they were going to trade you to Arizona. He's like, are you serious? And he was like, you know, that would have been ideal for him because he lives in Arizona. And he went to Arizona State. You know, I think with D as well, like D given the chance to go on a contender would be important to him. And I think also just he understands he's kind of blocking the progress of Shed Long, who he's very close with. They're very good friends. They work out in the off season. Dean knows that he's not part of this organization's future, and he would love to see Shed come up and take his place and play every day. You know, so I think there's that impetus as well. You know, they want to go to a winner when you're 30 and 31 years old, and you just never know when you're going to get that opportunity again. I mean, look at D. He went from the Dodgers, a team that always won, to the Marlins, a team that never won, and then he came here, the team that's just slightly better than the Marlins. So, you know, I think he would like to be out of here. I would think he would like the opportunity. I think when you get into that situation as an older player, it provides some energy. You know, you get into a race and all that kind of stuff. So I think I wouldn't say that they're like begging to leave, but I think their realization that, you know, maybe it's best if they go and, you know, allow the Mariners to continue this process.
Ryan, your gut instinct has been really accurate over the years of covering the Mariners. So who's gone by the trade deadline, in your opinion, do you think?
I think they'll have traded D and Mike if possible. I mean, they're going to try as much as they possibly can. And I wrote those 2 stories on John Stanton talking about this process, and he seemed more than willing to eat more money in all of this to kind of move the process up. So, you know, if they can get a team to even take, you know, a quarter of the money owed for either of those guys, they'll do it. I think Rolandis Elias will be traded as well. He doesn't make a ton of money, but, you know, relievers are relievers, and if you can get something for them, they'll probably trade him. Same with Austin Adams, this kid they picked up on the waiver wire who's pitched really well, who teammates call Psycho because he's so crazy on the mound. But I think they'll trade him if they can get anything in return because, you know, right around that deadline, teams panic a little bit and we need one more arm. We need one last piece to help us out. And the Mariners will try and shop those guys. I don't know that they would trade Marco Gonzalez. I don't think his value is very high right now, considering how much he's been up and down. But, I mean, like if somebody really offered them something that, they'd have to look at, maybe they would do it. Haniger has no value, obviously, because he's still recovering from the single worst injury in the world. But, I think some of those guys, you'd have to listen. I don't think there's anybody on this current big league roster that's untouchable. They should listen to offers on anybody if anybody's willing to take them.
Does Ryan Healy have a future with this team beyond this season or even maybe beyond the trade deadline?
No, I mean, he's still not even doing any baseball activity. And what he was diagnosed with, spinal stenosis, I mean, that basically ended David Wright's career. Now, he hasn't had it isn't as progressed as far as some of these other guys that have dealt with it. But, I mean, Daniel Vogelbach's their full-time DH, and, Evan White, who's played really well in AA, he'll be their starting first baseman by middle of next season as long as he continues to progress. So I don't know that Healy is part of that. I mean, maybe they keep him around for next year to be a placeholder until they get White ready. But, again, I think he's coming into arbitration eligibility next year, so he makes real money. Maybe they just non-tender him and not bring him back because you can go out and find a guy like Ryan Healy to fill in at first base when you need him.
Ryan, we're seeing some splashes of guys who we think can play for the next couple years. What Vogelbach has done, J.P. Crawford, some of these other guys. But are we a ways away from any pitchers having an impact with this team?
Yeah, I mean, well, Justice Sheffield was supposed to be having an impact right now.
Yeah.
And he has managed to pitch his way to AA. Now, he's been better at AA, and they seem to have figured out a few things. So maybe by, if he's able to come back by the end of, or by mid-August or even August 1st or whatever, and enter the rotation and take up some quality starts, then maybe, that puts him back on track to be part of your rotation next year. This was a pretty full, this is a major step back in his development, what he's gone through this beginning of the season. I think Justin Dunn, in a lot of ways, has probably moved ahead of Sheffield because he has a little bit more command and he's just a little more refined in how he does stuff. I think you'll see Dunn in AAA by the end of this season. So maybe he moves up a little bit. And then this Logan Gilbert kid, who they knew he was pretty advanced when they drafted him with their first pick last year, but he had mono and a couple other things. He looks like a fast riser. He's dominating already at Modesto. I think, he'll be in AA by the end of the season, and that puts him on track to be rotation by the middle of next season as well. So maybe these arms are getting a little closer. But, again, they don't have that one star pitcher, I mean, obviously Felix is generational, but with that one real horse, I guess Sheffield was supposed to be it, but he hasn't been it. So you don't have that one guy on the horizon you're looking to say, look, in this last 2 months of the season, we're going to give him, 9 starts and really see what he can do and just get him ready to be in our rotation for next year. Sheffield was supposed to be that guy. He's pitched his way out of that. Maybe it's Justin Dunn. I don't think they will do that. I think they'll wait till next season. But those guys, Dunn and Logan Gilbert at least give them something for maybe 2021, a little bit more than 2020.
I'm wondering, has Omar Narvaez played his way into being a part of the longer-term future than he might have been when they acquired him from the White Sox?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they knew he has some club control. I mean, you're not paying him very much. I think that he's still under club control next year before he even hits arbitration eligibility. And they have that kind of nice mix with Tom Murphy as the backup. Neither of them are very good catchers. I mean, they make you remind you of Kenji Jojima and Jeff Clement and some of the other guys in terms of their receiving skills at times, but their bats are pretty legit. It's a nice little platoon that they run out there. And I will say this about both of them. They work really hard at the defensive side of it. Not everybody's, you can get marginally better as a defensive player. I don't think they're ever going to become, Pudge Rodriguez behind the dish, but they can be better. But from an offensive standpoint, the combined output that you're getting from those guys, it's pretty solid. It's much more consistent from an offensive standpoint than, waiting around for Zunino to figure it out. I think this is a pretty legit little combination, and they have control of them for the next few years.
Ron, are the Mariners playing better over the last 3 weeks? Have they got a little bit better?
Yeah, it's been a lot more. It's been cleaner baseball. They played about 500, I think, for like the last 3 weeks, and for a while there, after that 13-2 start, and then June where they went 7, or May, it was June, I guess, where they went 7-21. They were playing about 250 baseball. So I mean, the games are more competitive. Like, my God, the errors were just atrocious. They made so many errors, and the bullpen was horrible. They were just getting manhandled in these games. When you're giving up 10 runs a game and you're getting blown out all the time, that's ugly baseball to watch. Non-competitive is what it was. But I think you put Crawford in at shortstop, so you never have to see Tim Beckham play shortstop again. You get Gordon back healthy playing second base. You add Seager to third base. Malik Smith, I'll give him credit, has been a lot better at center field than he'd been. And even Santana moving him to right seems to be a little bit better, though, he's still a total liability. They just played better defensively. When you play better defensively, it looks better on the field.
We had kind of an amusing discussion about what's happening with the Mariners using an opener for, let's say, Wade LeBlanc, and you look at a Major League Baseball box score, and it'll say, Austin Adams 1 inning, and then underneath him Wade LeBlanc's name for 5 innings, okay? But if you look at an ESPN box score, they put LeBlanc as the starter. He reads in the box score as the starter, which baseball kind of needs to figure out maybe, I don't know, new terminology other than starter going forward, and certainly is playing hell with fantasy baseball.
Yeah, fantasy baseball guys don't like it, and it messes up my splits when I'm looking at bullpen ERAs versus starter ERAs as well. So, I don't know, but I think the opener is here to stay for the most part. I know Wade LeBlanc doesn't like it, and I don't think Tommy Malone particularly enjoys it, but Tommy Malone likes being in the big league, so he's going to pretty much do what they ask. But they're just going to try and figure it out and piece those together from now on. But, like the whole thing that they're trying to get through the opener and then what they call the bulk guy, LeBlanc or Malone, or I guess you can call him the Costco guy sometimes when I joke, but you're trying to get 7 innings basically, or 6 to 7 innings, and allowing 2 runs or less. So that way, if you think about it, even if the opener screws up and gives up a couple runs, at least then you have 8 innings of at bats to offset the screw up. Whereas like if you bring in a guy in the 6th inning and he gives up the 2 runs there, you have less opportunity to overcome it. So that's kind of what they're also trying to do, is just like, one, limit the chances where you're using some of these middle relievers that they've gotten off the scrap heap and the garage sale, and use them in situations that maybe aren't as high leverage, so that when the leverage situations come around in the 7th, maybe you still have LeBlanc or Malone in there pitching, and he hasn't faced the top of the order, the heart of the order 3 times.
The last thing I've got is just with Felix Hernandez. Is there, as you can tell, any groundswell or sentiment that Felix needs to get back out there and finish at least his Mariner career pitching rather than rehabbing? Do you get any sense that there seems to be some sentiment in his favor there?
I mean, I think so. I think, one, like, you're going to run into innings limitations with Kikuchi and some of these other guys towards the end, so you want to have another starter. And I think, just get him out there and let him finish it on the mound. But what you don't know, when he had that setback the other day, when he came out of that game, his rehab start, and said he had more shoulder fatigue, Larry Stone and I were just kind of wondering if he'll never throw another pitch for the Mariners again, because he's not coming back next year. He's a free agent, and they don't want him back, and he doesn't want to come back. But you wondered if that was his last pitch for the Mariners was a month ago or 2 months ago. I think he comes back and maybe pitches once or twice, maybe more than that. But, this is, if you're Felix, one, you need to get healthy. You need to prove you're healthy. And two, he's pitching for a contract for next year with somebody. And it might only be a minor league contract or a 1-year deal, but he wants to keep pitching. So he better figure something out, because right now, he's basically just kind of another guy in the clubhouse that's on that DL, and all of what he's done in the past is it really is meaningless now. But I do think that they would prefer to let him come out and finish his career with, by pitching and kind of, being on the mound at least one or two more times and allowing fans to kind of send him off. But I mean, if you think about it, this has really been a significant fall for a guy that was one of the 5 best pitchers in baseball into a player that they really are indifferent about and don't really care if he ever plays for him again.
Ryan Divish from the Seattle Times. He's a must-follow on Twitter if you're a fan of the Seattle Mariners, and if you're just a fan of fun, he's there as well. We might see him on the Saturday before Halloween in the Inland Northwest. He might be driving through to go to the University of Montana Eastern Washington Eagle game. We'll get an update on that when we get closer. Hey, Ryan, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Always a pleasure to have you on. Enjoy the games this week.
All right, take it easy, guys. See ya.
Ryan Divish joining us. Took a shot at Vince Grippi earlier in the
it's easy to do.
We could keep him on for an hour.
Oh, for sure.
He just has so much information. So much information.
Well, I mean, I just love it. I mean, it's like, I suspected it, but I never heard anybody say it, It's like, the Mariners don't really want Felix back, and he doesn't really want to come back. I mean, I kind of knew that Felix didn't want to be a Mariner next year, but to hear it actually said is still strange to me.
Well, the only reason he's a Mariner this year, Rick, is because he's a Mariner icon. Had he been Mike Leake,
$27 million salary,
or had he been somebody else, I think they would have just said, "Go away.
Here's your money and go."
Yeah, just you're hurt. Go get yourself healthy. Thanks for playing. We got other guys we'd rather see start. I just don't think that in a season that doesn't really matter that the Mariner front office can afford to do that. Because they need to buy as much goodwill as they can. Because if this is not a good team next year, if this is a team that can't win, goes 75 and 85 next year, they're going to need goodwill. And they don't want to be the guys that, and you ran Felix out of here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studios, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 7th in select stores. While supplies last. See store for details.
You're catering a wedding, and the bride says,
"Everyone is raving about the hors d'oeuvres. My aunt was asking if you do corporate events."
Now is the time when the right business card is essential, and Vistaprint can help. Head to Vistaprint.com, and you can customize 500 cards starting at just $9.99. You choose the paper, the shape, and the finish. Whatever your style, create a card that gives you the confidence to own the now. So head to Vistaprint.com and get 500 business cards starting at $9.99. Use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
The other guys feature trucks that we carry. We have used factory-certified Ford trucks. As well as the new trucks, we believe we know Ford's better than they do. And right now, during our Wendell Ford Truck Month, you can get a 2019 F-150 with almost $10,000 total value, plus $1,500 trade assist and $750 Ford credit bonus cash, or 0% APR financing for up to 72 months. Come see us during our Wendell Ford Truck Month sale. Wendell at the Wire, online at Wendell.com.
0% APR financing available for up to 72 months on 2019 Ford F-150. Factory cash, trade-in allowances, and rebates available up to $99.15 on 2019 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew with luxury or chrome package. Factory incentives based on possible FMCC prior approval. See dealer for details. Must take delivery from dealer stock by 7/8/19. A negotiable $150 documentation fee may be added to the sale.
We have used factory-certified Ford trucks. Come see us during our Wendell Ford Truck Month sale. Wendell at the Wire, online at Wendell.com.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive Little Blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. Right now, get your first month supply for free. All you pay is just $5 for your medical consultation when you go to forhims.com/book. After that, it's just $30 for a month's supply. Sure beats paying big bucks for just one blue pill, doesn't it? Plus, you won't need an awkward in-person doctor's appointment to get the prescription. Hims has doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. It's affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/book. That's forhims.com/book for your first month for just $5. forhims.com/book.
Dave Smith is offering our highest savings of the year. Our 4th of July savings sale is on now. Save thousands on over 900 new Chevys, GMCs, and Buicks. Shop DaveSmiths.com. See why we are the Northwest's largest GM dealer. 800-635-8000.
The Mariners win with a little drama late. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Tim Beckham's pinch hit homer in the 8th was the difference. The Mariners 5-4 winners over St. Louis last night. It was Beckham's 13th home run of the season, and the win snaps a 4-game Mariner losing streak. The Mariners had a pair of home runs last night and now have broken the club record for homers as a team before the All-Star break with 152. The old record 151 by the 99 Mariners. Domingo Santana also added an RBI, now has 63. Just one of 4 Mariners to have that many before the break since 2006. Mariners the Cardinals tonight. First pitch is at 7:10. Spokane Indians beaten again last night, 9-3 to Salem Kaiser. The Indians have now lost 4 in a row and 7 of the last 8. Same 2 teams play tonight. The Volcanoes look for the sweep at Avista Stadium at 6:30. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Download the mobile app and listen to the show anywhere. 700 ESPN.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens' final show of the week. We're not here on Friday or Thursday, obviously with the holiday, and we are not here on Friday. Rick's got his big golf trip he's going on, and I'll be at a wedding. My oldest son is getting married, and so we're going to take the day off as well. I think Steve's just going to sit by the pool at his house and with his feet up. I don't think he's doing anything this week either. So we're going to enjoy the 4-day weekend, and we'll be back with you on Monday's show. Don't forget, we will have words of the day both tomorrow and Friday. But the only place you're going to get the word of the day is if you have our app and you allow our push notifications. Now, I will tell you this. We only send out 1 notification a day. Because I know people have a tendency to go, I don't want to be bombarded with texts. Well, if you want the word of the day, you're going to need to enable those push notifications, because we're going to give you the word of the day on Thursday and the word of the day on Friday via push notifications, and that's the only way you're going to get it. That is the only way you're going to get it. So if you don't have the app, you're out of luck. If you have the app and you don't enable our push notifications, you're out of luck. You're going to, as Rick said earlier, you're going to kiss off 100,000 bonus points. Gone. The choice is yours. We'll give you today's word of the day. It's Franks. Franks is the word of the day. Go to 700ESPN.com. Type in the word Franks, as in multiple hot dogs, as in Frankfurters, Franks. And you can get 50,000 bonus points that you can use however you want to, including the latest Seattle Mariner Getaway Contest. Tickets to see the Mariners, the Angels on the 20th and 21st. Saturday night tickets. We also have hotel accommodations for Saturday night in the Seattle area. And then we'll also give you 2 tickets to the Mariners and the Angels on the 21st. So a weekend getaway. That's what we call it. It's a weekend getaway. And you can go to 700ESPN.com and use your bonus points on the Mariner weekend getaway. It's kind of a cool deal. You got to get over there. Once you get over there, we give you tickets to the games, and we also give you hotel accommodations. July 20th is Edgar Martinez Pop collectible night. You know what those things are? Those little pop things. They're not like bobbleheads.
Oh.
They're kind of characters. And then on Sunday, it's Edgar Martinez Hall of Fame Placard Day. So there you go. Pretty cool. We don't have a few days left for Edgar's Hall of Fame induction, right?
I think yesterday it was 19 days away.
So the Mariners are celebrating Edgar Martinez that weekend, and they're also celebrating the weekend of the 10th and 11th. And that'll be after he is inducted, enshrined in Cooperstown. All right, word of the day today is Frank's, 700 ESPN 105.3 FM. We'll continue with more. Patchin and Lukens in the Frost Brew Coors Light studio.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the KXLY4 First Alert Weather Center. Partly cloudy skies tonight with an overnight low of 53 degrees. 4th of July, nice day. Partly sunny, a high of 78. Chance of some isolated mountain showers and thunderstorms. Looks like we'll stay dry with temperatures in the lower 80s right on through the weekend.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at Wendell.com.
Red Lion Pub and Barbecue is home of the finest barbecue in town. They have wine broiled and barbecued specials served every day, so there's no reason not to stop by and see them. There's always great sports viewing and happy hour price drinks to go along with it. Plus, patio dining all summer long. Lunch and dinner start at 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. The Red Lion Pub and Barbecue on the corner of Division in Maine. You'll never go away hungry or unsatisfied.
Do you need a CPAP even when you travel? Are you tired of lugging along your big home CPAP? Why not cut the size, cut the cord, and cut the cost with a travel mini CPAP from mytranscend.com. They've helped thousands of folks just like you sleep better anywhere without compromising CPAP performance. To learn more, call 1-800-714-0701. It's half the size of a typical home CPAP system and has the power options to take you anywhere, even off-grid. Transcend Mini CPAP is widely known as one of the best values around, and you can try it risk-free with a 100% money-back guarantee when you buy direct now at 1-800-714-0701. That's 1-800-714-0701. 1-800-714-0701. Or go to mytranscend.com.
In 1776, our forefathers made a bold prediction. England was never going to make a decent truck. So they rebelled. And now, every 4th of July, we celebrate with our own 4th of July. Get an F-150 XLT truck with savings over $10,000. Or if you need a smaller SUV, consider the Escape with savings over $5,800. It's our 4th of July sale with savings up to 20% off MSRP. Going on now at Gus Johnson Ford.
Hi, Dallas Lowe with Golden Rule Brake. If you need some brake or front end work done and you want to save some money, well, and who doesn't want to save some money? Go to goldenrulebrake.com and print the $20 off coupon, or just show it to us on your smartphone on your next visit to Golden Rule Brake.
Hey, give Zero Res a call. Tomorrow's probably not a good time to call because they, like us, are going to be celebrating a holiday. But after you're done with your Independence Day holiday, give Zero Res a call and make the rest of your summer a little bit better by having a visit from Zero Res. It's going to make your home a better place to be during the summer, whether you're inside or outside, really. But when you come from outside to in, a Zero Resified home is a great place to come home to because that carpet is going to be great. It's not gonna carry any type of musty smell with it or perfumey smell because Zero Res cleans with water. And when they clean with their powered water, they're doing several things. Number one, they're not using a soap or a shampoo, so no dirt-attracting residue left behind. Your carpet will stay cleaner longer, months longer, up to and beyond a year if it's like the Lukens home. Also, because it's powered water, there's no perfumey smell, no scented anything. When your home's been Zero Resified, you get zero smell which is the smell of clean. So zero res, zero smell. And then number 3, that's helping improve the life of your carpet by keeping the grit and the grime plus the dirt and the allergens out of your home. You're making your home healthier, but you're lengthening the life of your carpet by a lot when you continually use zero res at least once a year. Give them a call. It's just $44 a room. Pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized. Minimums apply. Just tell them Rick Lukens told you to call when you call Zero Res at 92 Clean. Call 92 Clean or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
Missed an interview? You can hear them all at 700ESPN.com.
.700 ESPN 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brew Coors Light studio.
This portion of the show brought to you by Bulldog Rooter.
The Washington Huskies kind of unveiled their new look.
Well, it's
kind of.
All right, first of all, I mean, if you read the Seattle Times online, which I do every day, number 1, because it's a really good publication. Number 2, it is, I mean, Huskies pretty much own Seattle. Outside the Seahawks, Washington football pretty much owns Seattle. There's no question about it. I mean, it's like, look, the Huskies have this prospect interested. The Huskies have that prospect interested. You know, Chris Peterson's done it again. He's bringing in another great class this year, that type of thing. And, of course, their deal with Nike was up. They become an Adidas school now. It happened, 1st of July? I think that's when it happens. 1st of July, they officially become an Adidas school. So they hosted an event for the news media on a tugboat that was all painted up in purple, and they were supposed to go on a cruise, but I guess they never left the dock.
Bad weather made the ride
not very pleasant,
not safe enough.
So what they do is, and I mean, kudos really to Washington and Adidas for this, because they give just the media. The media only get the sneak preview of the uniforms, yet they confiscated their cell phones, told them no cameras, no recording devices of any kind. If you had a sketch pad, they probably took that away from you because you were not supposed to give any of the images of the Husky uniforms, because that's going to come on July 10th in a big-time reveal. So they do a sneak peek for the media, and you can describe them. Well, I mean, come on. I at first probably would have said no thank you to that. You want me to report on that? I'm going to take a picture. But the media bought in because Washington football is king in Seattle right now. Nonetheless, pictures leaked out.
Yeah, and to me, Rick, honestly, I'm looking at a picture with Chris Peterson standing there with 4 players.
Yeah, two wearing road uniforms and 2 of them wearing home uniforms.
Yeah, a home uniform, purple top, purple pants, gold helmet. Home uniform, purple top, gold pants, gold helmet.
Yeah.
Road uniform, white pants, white top, purple helmet. Road uniform, white shirts, purple pants, gold helmet. Other than the Nike logo gone, Adidas logo in,
yeah,
they look the same.
They do. I'm sorry, I just don't. If you had just shown me this picture, I would have gone, oh, there's Chris Peterson and 4 guys dressed in Husky uniforms. That I wouldn't have gone, wow, they must have got new uniforms. Would not have occurred to me, except one thing: that purple helmet. The purple helmet kind of stands out for me, but that's it.
They didn't have. They haven't worn a purple helmet in a while.
Not
right?
this purple. This is a really kind of almost like metallic, chrome looking, like you've seen those chrome helmets.
I'm sorry. I love the chrome helmet.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's the Huskies or somebody else.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool look. I know the traditionalists have a real problem with that.
Yeah.
I love the chrome look. The purple helmet, Rick, is
Yeah, it's something different.
To me, the Cougar helmet is the gray helmet. Okay, the Husky
Gray or the silver helmet?
Or the silver helmet, excuse me, the silver helmet. The Husky helmet is the gold helmet. I mean, there's a certain tradition about that. Again, this isn't for you and I. This is for the 16 or 17-year-old recruit that they're recruiting. This is for the players. This is for people now it will be really interesting if you're a Husky fan and you've got a replica Husky jersey with a Nike swoosh on it. Are you burning that and now going to Adidas?
Yeah.
Are you not wearing your Nike Husky gear anymore?
They were described, two reporters in the Times were on this thing, and each of them printed their own account on it. And what was it? Larry Stone was one of those, our friend Larry Stone, and he said, well, I went on the event and it was life-changing. He said it very, very, very tongue-in-cheek. He said, or at least I got a call him out of it. But they both described these as being a throwback to the shade of purple and the size and where the numbers sit on the front of the jersey. They're saying being a throwback to more of the Don James era of football. I'm sorry, I don't remember that. Okay, I'll take your word for it. So that's what we do now is like we change uniforms so we can throw it back and everybody goes, oh, wow, that's awesome. Everybody's waiting for the Seahawk throwback uniforms. The ones that weren't good enough for you 20 years ago and now are spectacularly awesome. That's just me. I don't get it. They're nice. That's what I say. They look nice.
There's a couple of changes, and I'm reading from a blog post that describes it. It said the number font is different. Instead of having the upper left corner of each digit capped in gold to represent the Husky ownership of the Northwest Territory, they are now reportedly slanted at a 15-degree angle.
Oh, please.
I'm just describing this, to match the block W. And then it says, if you look closely, the numbers are also dotted with subliminal raindrops, appropriate for a city which it rains more than 150 years. So apparently the numbers on the uniforms, if you look close enough, have little raindrops in them.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So
I've zoomed in. I actually think I do see them.
Do you see them?
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
to me, I don't get. It doesn't. I guess I'm an old dude. I don't get excited about new uniforms.
Yeah, they're nice.
They're really great. Because here's the thing, Rick. When I think Huskies, I think purple and gold. And they didn't do anything to variate from that theme.
Well, in the last under Nike, they had black was a predominant color, and there's not going to be any black anymore.
No.
The Huskies are basically going to go with purple and gold and white, and that's it for 2019. And then starting in 2020, they're going to mix in a couple of alternate uniforms a year.
See, when I think of the Cougars, I think of crimson and gray. I don't think of the rest of this stuff. I mean, when I think of Boise State, you think of blue and orange, don't you?
Yeah, what's the...
when you think of Idaho, you think of silver and gold?
Yes.
When you
Silver,
think...
yeah.
I mean...
Gold and black.
Yeah.
Gold.
Well, silver and gold are actually the colors of the
Yeah.
university because of the silver and the gold in Northern Idaho. But what I'm saying is when you think of Eastern Washington, it's red and white. But because it's become such a big thing, people are using grays, they're using blacks.
Well, Washington State went from gray to, wait for it, anthracite.
Yeah, it's a dark gray. Okay, and
it's anthracite.
Okay,
Dennis.
it's a dark gray. Okay. So and then you know what Oregon did to blow the lid off the top.
Yeah.
I mean the only color that Oregon hasn't worn in their style is orange, and I'm still waiting for that. Because it's the duck bill. It's the bill of the duck, so we're wearing orange. Never mind that Oregon State is orange and black. The Ducks wore black.
Yeah, the Ducks would do that. They would take orange away from Oregon State.
Yeah. Well, we'll use an orange helmet or we'll use an orange shirt because that's the bill. We'll put orange. It doesn't. I don't have a problem with this. I have more of a problem with you inviting the media and saying you can't you can't take any pictures, but you can tell people what it is.
Took their phones away.
I would not have gone.
And they introduced the.
If the Spokane Chiefs did that to us and said we're going to have a media luncheon, and you can talk to the GM like we do at the training camp, and we're going to unveil our new jerseys this year, but you can't take any pictures, I would not go. I would not cover that event.
What they did was on that boat, they had like a cargo container on there, and you had to go inside the cargo container to see the uniforms because they didn't want like people from, since it was outside, they didn't want people sneaking photos of it.
I like the look. This is not that big a deal to me.
It's purple and gold and white.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You know what? Good for the Huskies.
Well, yeah, okay, but that's almost like a new thing. Actually going with your colors.
With your colors?
Yeah, that's the new thing in sports. We're going to go with our school colors this year.
But you know what? Maybe a university, when you go with Adidas, you have a little more say than when you go with Nike. And I don't know that for a fact, but maybe Nike says, we're here to sell stuff, and we need you to wear 16 different colors. I don't know that for a fact. We're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Icons of music and comedy come to Northern Quest Outdoor Summer Concerts.
Every girl crazy about his shine.
ZZ Top,
You're the heartbreaker.
Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo, and Melissa Etheridge.
Martin Short, the name I use when I check into a hotel and want to be anonymous.
Steve Martin and Martin Short. Sticks with Loverboy. Get seats at northernquest.com.
The 4th of July is bigger than ever this year at Northern Quest. Come watch the region's largest and longest free fireworks display in our outdoor concert venue and enjoy a full evening of celebrations with food from Fat Burger and Ben & Jerry's, a beer garden, music, and plenty of kids' activities. Or make a weekend of it and reserve a spot in our luxury RV resort right next door. Festivities start at 4:30, fireworks at 10. Only at Northern Quest.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 7th in select stores while supplies last. See store for details.
You're catering a wedding, and the bride says,
Everyone is raving about the hors d'oeuvres. My aunt was asking if you do corporate events.
now is the time when the right business card is essential, and Vistaprint can help. Head to Vistaprint.com, and you can customize 500 cards starting at just $9.99. You choose the paper, the shape, and the finish. Whatever your style, create a card that gives you the confidence to own the now. So head to Vistaprint.com and get 500 business cards starting at $9.99. Use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
Brock and Salk, weekday morning 7 to 10.
Does NBA free agency is it something you follow? Are you interested in it? Do you want breakdowns of what these things mean? I really find it challenging, and some of the texts right off the bat kind of agree with that. Like, this is just the Real Housewives of sports, that it's just not real.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings on 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
In 1776, our forefathers made a bold prediction. England was never going to make a decent truck. So they rebelled. And now, every 4th of July, we celebrate with our own 4th of July. Get an F-150 XLT truck with savings over $10,000. Or if you need a smaller SUV, consider the Escape with savings over $5,800. It's our 4th of July sale with savings up to 20% off MSRP. Going on now at Gus Johnson Ford.
Dave Smith is offering our highest savings of the year. Our 4th of July savings sale is on now. Save thousands on over 1,900 new Chryslers, Dodge, Jeeps, and Rams. Shop and save during the 4th of July sales event. 800-635-8000. DaveSmith.com.
This time it was the Mariners who got the big hit late. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Tim Beckham hit a pinch hit homer in the bottom of the 8th. The Mariners snap a 4-game losing streak with a 5-4 win over St. Louis. Beckham, who was hitting less than 200 for the last 2 months, got his 13th home run of the season. That home run sets a Mariner team record for most home runs before the All-Star break with 152. The 99 Mariner team held that old mark set 20 years ago. Austin Adams got 4 outs in relief to get the win. He struck out all 4 batters he saw. Mariners the Cardinals again tonight, first pitch at 7:10. Spokane Indians gave up 8 runs in the first 3 innings, never recovered. 9-3 losers to Salem Kaiser. The Indians have now lost 7 of 8. Will wrap up the 3-game series with the Volcanoes tonight at 6:30. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
You can play buy or sell with Patchin and Lukens. Brought to you by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio. Last show of the week. We're taking a couple of days off. Rick's going golfing. I got a wedding. My oldest son's getting married. Steve's just going to hang out. So we'll be back on Monday. Enjoy the holiday. Enjoy the 4-day weekend. If you have it, certainly enjoy America's birthday. Have a piece of cake for America this weekend. There is almost no NFL football news. It's like every player on a team left. Stop tweeting, stop doing it. They're gone. They're off. I'm done. See ya. I'll see you at the end of July when camp starts. There's an interesting story that has come out in The Athletic. The commissioner of the XFL is Oliver Luck, the former NFL quarterback, and he's also Andrew Luck's dad. He's the commissioner of the league. And he has been adamant in talking about quarterbacks as they try to find 8 quarterbacks who can start games in that league. And one of the things he said is, we are going to be watching the backup battles in the NFL training camps this year intently. And see who makes it and see who doesn't make it. And one of the first places he talked about was Seattle.
Sure.
With the fight between Geno Smith and Paxton Lynch. Here's what Luck told The Athletic. He said one of those guys is going to get cut. There's a bunch of those going on. We might not get all those guys, but the quote-unquote loser of those, but a Geno or Paxton is not going to end up on a practice squad. There are a bunch of 3, 4, and 5-year guys that are in that boat. They've been on rosters. They've been on practice squad. They've been yo-yoed for 2 years. They need to play, and that's my argument to them. So Luck is basically out there, any possible quarterback candidate, he's selling the XFL, basically saying, come play a year in the XFL instead of sit on a practice squad, or sign with a team in the offseason and basically do nothing, go through the drills, go through the offseason workouts. You get 2 snaps in an exhibition game, and you get cut.
I'm sorry. I think, first of all, I mean, if you use that with that particular example, the two Seattle guys, I got to believe, especially if it's Geno Smith who gets cut, but if either one of them gets cut, they're not immediately thinking XFL. They're thinking somebody's going to lose a quarterback 3 or 4 weeks into the season, and my phone is going to ring.
No. And honestly, I don't think the XFL is going to be able to sign any of these guys. I think what he's pitching these guys is when that league begins, Rick.
Yeah.
Come with us, play a year, and then go to NFL training camp, okay? Don't sign with a team as soon as the season is over. Spend the entire offseason going through the offseason workout programs. He says these guys need to play. They've already been on a practice squad. They've already been through training camp. They've already been through the OTAs. That hasn't gotten you a job in the NFL. Come play, show people what you can do, and that may be the thing to get you starting at a higher level.
Okay, so Paxton Lynch, let's say the XFL was getting going this year. Had gotten going this February instead of next February. So Paxton Lynch signed with the Seahawks in February, and he did exactly what Dennis just said. He went through the off-season program, diligently worked out, learned the playbook, and now we'll go to training camp. And so he's saying to a Paxton Lynch, oh, no, don't sign that contract with Seattle right now. Come play for us.
Then you can go out. You might be more marketable.
Yeah, but to say don't sign that contract, which is going to give you some money, is taking a chance too.
Well, it only gives you money if you make the team.
Well, I think you get a little bit of money.
You will make more playing in the XFL than you would be on a roster during the OTAs.
Okay,
because I don't believe those guys make hardly any money at all. It's just part of the deal.
I think a guy they make several $1,000s in the tens of thousands of dollars for the OTAs.
I don't know if that's true. We'd have to find out what the number is. But you're going to make more than that in the XFL, especially if you're a quarterback. And honestly, Rick, I think it is going to be Paxton Lynch. I think Geno Smith is the guy they keep, and I think Paxton Lynch is the guy they let go.
I do too.
And how did that work out for you this past year, Paxton Lynch? When you signed, you didn't play. So you could have played in the AAF. You didn't play. And now you got cut. Yeah. You, in essence, wasted a year you didn't have an opportunity to waste a year with. But guys like Ryan Mallett, Landry Jones, Paxton Lynch, Geno Smith, that's going to be the XFL quarterbacks. Those are going to be the guys that they use. All right, that's going to do it for our show today. Again, not here tomorrow, not here on Friday. Thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate you being here. Enjoy the holiday. We'll be back with you on Monday. Patchin and Lukens in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Y'all be good.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Hi, I'm Dan Can, your Spokane Geico agent. Did you know that July is National Hot Dog Month? Whether you like mustard, ketchup, or relish on top, grab a dog and get a free car insurance quote to see how much you could save. Your Geico local office on Division could save you 15% or more.
700 ESPN.
Life without VIP.
Hello?